Fuck.
You got troll, man. You got troll.
Oh, we're good. We're live. Let's go.
Hello?
Hello. All right. Hello. So, hi.
Hi.
I will be one of your two casters for
And
this
I'm the other
evening.
one.
Yes.
We
Our
will not
names
say our names.
are unknown.
You guys
Actually,
have
well,
to.
you can know. They're in this. They're in the title of the stream. Only literate people will understand.
We're classist, I guess, but that's
Walrex
okay.
and Virgil. If you heard that snicker in the background and you heard what I said, it's fine. That is our analyst.
Yeah, it's me.
Let's hear an introduction.
Hey, it's me. I
It's
played TF2
Okay.
and retired from Team Fortress 2. It's a sad
Wait,
shame.
what? Forever?
Yeah, for
Breaking
forever.
news?
Breaking news. I retired from TF2
Oh, this is ruining my whole night.
just to become an analyst in this one.
Okay, well, let's get a little context on the way here. Tonight we are looking at lower bracket finals between Kronge Black and Destructive Criticism. By the name of the game, lower bracket finals, the team that loses tonight is out at third place in this Div 1 playoff series, while the other team goes on to play a best of 5 against the Dibbity team, Mofu March, in grand finals.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, Virgil, if, maybe you want to run down the players, the classes?
Sure. Well, the Kronge roster is the one we all know. On our scouts, we're gonna have Monsta and Bwelp. On soldiers, we're seeing Donovan and Skelly, Demo Zambrone, and Nomi on medic. By contrast, the Destructive Criticism roster is a little funny tonight. We have Catface filling in for Rio, who cannot make it tonight. Dunker on flank as usual, Kukukuchu and Allen, the normal soldiers. Matt61 or Maccabeus on Demo, and Squiddy on medic. So, two really crucial players on Destructive Criticism are out tonight, which I'm curious how we're gonna see it. Do you have any thoughts on this new altered roster for Destructive Criticism?
Yeah, they don't have the robots, so I think they're gonna take a big L. But they do have Maccabeus, so I think there's gonna be a even match.
Alright. Yeah, I will say, I think I said the last time I casted these guys' match. I mean, I guess I've casted like all of them, but I always say, the players you want to watch are Rio and Sin Karma, and neither of them are here, so kind of left out Flounder. Yeah, we have Macbeth and Catface. The thing is that it's a little funny because, as we learned last time, Rio has actually not played Invite on Scout, even though I think he's an Invite Scout. And Sin Karma, part of his legacy is he has not also played Demo and Invite. He's straight out of main. Meanwhile, Catface and Magnus have both played Invite on their respective classes that they're subbing for. So even though the key players aren't here, their replacements are not to be slept on.
I'd say on paper it seems like a pretty good upgrade, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I think we saw from the match versus, I think, Kronge with DC. I want to say it was versus Kronge. I can't quite remember. It may have been Barbankle. Either way, it was when it was on product. We saw how they had to handle pushing on product, and whenever Rio was down, they opted often not to push without him. Rio is obviously a very instrumental part of their team, and it's going to be interesting how they adjust to not having them there. They have been scrimming all week with Catface, I think, so they do have that time to adjust. But either way, I'm not too sure how not having your main combo scout who main calls gonna help. By contrast, the Maccabeus Rex, well, so Karma I think has extraordinary DM. Maccabeus is probably one of the smarter demo men that have played in the high IM or high Div 1 area, low invite. Really great knowledge on the game. So while you are kind of getting rid of some of Sinkarma's really exceptional DM, you're replacing it with a bit of brain, which I'm kind of curious how that's going to play out, considering Kronge is a very DM heavy team.
I mean, and it's worth pointing out the funny bit of trivia that is Maccabeus is Sin Karma's demo mentor. In some respect, he made it. And now he is coming to play in his place. You know,
Yeah.
you could spin this story so much to be like, all right, the kid's off the field now, the adults playing, but it's I'm just saying that it's anything Sin Karma knows, Magnus knows as well. I think the only thing Magnus doesn't have up his sleeve is blindets, but I mean, do you really need him?
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
if we want to go down the list, I guess. So, we got always got to do the class matchups. So the Kronge Scouts once again are Monster and Whelp versus now Catface instead of Rio and Donker.
Dunker.
So once again, the matchup. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna have to say it again. It favors Crown Drum. Obviously, the big issue here is Catface. Is not only is he ringing, even though he has been scrimming with destructive criticism all week. I'm pretty sure he hasn't really been playing the season at all. He could definitely be cold. So like, if you just take away the fact that probably doesn't have the whole season coordination going on, his mechanics, his game sense could be a little rusty. And then once again, it's just Dunker versus two scouts that have played low invite. The prestige isn't there, even though he has put up good performances in the matches they have played.
I definitely think Dunker can hold his own, but ultimately it's really going to come down to Catface's performance and kind of if he turns up or not. I believe he played top 4 invite when he did play. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
No, he definitely had a very strong showing, mostly in ESEA. I don't know his history off the top of my head, but I do know in the few seasons when he did play IM, he was feared. So, and rightfully so.
Yeah, so when he was kind of on his game those few seasons ago, definitely something that probably might have had the edge over Whelp and Monster, even though they are some scary scouts in their own right. However, it's just really a matter of if Catface is a little washed or if he's just coming back stronger than ever, I guess. Really excited to see what happens there. With that in mind, we can talk about the soldiers, Walrex, your favorite class.
This is
with
so exciting.
the Donovan and Skelly combo on the Kronge side, and then Alan and Kukachu, and someone straight out of Maine, the newcomer of the.
It's so exciting because I just think Donovan and Skelly are kind of the clear-ish front runners for top soldiers this season. Every match they've played, they've been high impact, good stats, have pretty good histories behind them. I know Skelly. The funny thing about Skelly is he's the kind of guy that he doesn't have a big history, but I'm pretty sure everybody that's played against him at least once, like, respects him. Like he
Absolutely,
always
yeah.
puts up a good performance.
If you don't
So
respect Skelly, he'll instill the fear of God into
Yeah.
you. Like it's he has just incredible timing on his flanks. He's got solid bombs, knows how to keep pressure up. Just really good playmaking ability.
And then, but the thing is then we have them against Alan and Kukachu. And the thing is that before this, playoff series started, I would say they were kind of the clear back end of the group. The least history to show for it. I mean, you might know a bit more about Alan than I do. I know he used to play quite a ways back before I did.
Yeah, he
But
played open and Swadi.
okay. But
He was pretty good though.
Yeah, no, and going into this season and especially the series, despite having really any history to show for themselves, I think they've made themselves to be a very dangerous duo to deal with. I think all of the matches I've casted in which they've played, they've been exceptionally impactful. I have to give that especially to Kukachu. For somebody I've literally never seen play before this season, his gameplay is like to a T. It's pretty great to watch. Like
Yeah,
very
his-
formulated, textbook, good execution.
His DM, his mechanics, everything is really solid, and I think the cherry on top of everything is they have incredible coordination with each other. Though I think one thing I'm curious about is if we're going to see that same coordination coming out tonight. It's one of those things considering Megaboy, or Rio rather, he himself was a soldier main, so I don't know how much of his time was spent calling bombs for his soldiers. Just because I've never played with destructive criticism, and I don't want to give Rio like too much credit or take the credit away from his soldiers, but I am kind of curious if we're going to see any element of Rio not there to main call coming in on the soldier gameplay tonight.
And then, so yeah, the soldiers. I mean, once again, giving it to Kronge just because like the clear front running prestige there, but I really think it's a toss up in the sense that I think both soldiers on both sides will be making a lot of plays, a lot of med picks, a lot of, nukes here and
Yeah,
there.
let's move on to the demos though, because we did have 12 in server, but then Alan DC real quick.
Oh, we'll speed it up. So yeah, so we got Ambroom versus not Soon Karma, but
But
Maccabeus.
Maccabeus Rex, yes.
So this one, once again, a little bit of a gray area to me. I will say, love Ambroom, great guy, but had a tough time against ODB in the Mofu March series. And I say this as somebody who's once again, when you want to kind of lean towards Amber being like a front-running demo on the top team with a lot of top players, he has a lot of stiff competition, and I don't think Maccabeus is going to make that easy for him either.
Yeah, I think when FDC can do a really good job shutting down Amburn's aggression and just kind of coordinating against him, that might be kind of their ticket to win, because an unleashed Ambrun, I think, is something that can kind of stomp all over them, but if they're able to coordinate with Maccabeus and their soldiers, then I think that Ambrun doesn't really respond super well to that counter aggression.
Yeah, it's I agree, and especially in terms of Ambrun's playstyle, he is a very aggressive demo, so he will either walk all over you or walk into you and feed. So it really kind of depends on how Destructive Criticism can take advantage of that. Then Maccabeus just has to walk to the finish.
And with that in mind, let's just quickly mention the medics. It's Squiddy versus Nomi. Personally, I think it's a very clear favorite for Nomi. Invite level scout, crazy good mechanics, knows how to play the game. Squiddy, the up-and-comer, he obviously has a bit of brain to him, but I just think Nomi's the standout player here. And with that, we're starting the match. Take it away, Walrex.
Alright, the rollouts. That's the only reason I'm here. No, well, let's get to mid and see how the demos fare. Should be a standard. Both demos go to their respective pack. Both string up at about the same time. Both opting to shoot big door. Pretty standard mid. Ooh, aggression onto Maccabeus is immediate from Kronge, and stuffing the combo in elbow is going to give Kronge a lot of position to play the point. That said, Donovan gets shut down early, and Ambrun feeds forward. Now it's scout v scout. Catface just needs to heal up, but it's totally even in this post.
Yeah, they're getting really good damage onto Whelp here. He's gonna have to back up all the way into choke. Nomi just sitting forward with Monsta as Monsta walks forward and kills Dunker. Catface straight off on both scouts!
Huge reach out from Catface to clean up the mid. That was losing as soon as Dunker died, and he cleaned it right up. So, I mean, I guess that's our first question answered. Is Catface de-rusted for the match?
And it looks like he is. He came in, just cleaned up both of those crazy good scouts on Kronge Realm, something that really gave them a lot of dominance in the division, as now we're going to be seeing Destructive Criticism move forward. Maccabeus has some sticks near choke, just protecting his medic as they try and take some space. A few sticks in upper, but nothing really to be too frightful of. Skelly looking for a bomb as he begins to jump in, landing right on the Squiddy, gets one rocket.
Denied too fast. One rocket's never enough. They are going to get second for free, which is pretty typical. Skelly should be up in time to kind of help with the last, but they're going to have to deal with full Uber to set at last. They have the Pyro in the gun right side, but Pyro's pretty far back. If he doesn't stuff the Uber, he wants to stuff a River. This is their best chance.
Yeah, Catface gets some good early damage on the Pyro.
Doing a great job blocking them out, and with an arrow from Nomi, this Uber is very bad.
And Maccabeus gets dropped as well, alongside Kukukuchu and Catface. We see Alan going in, trying to find some sort of salvage, but he can't do anything, with Dunker and Squiddy already kiting and getting out. Now it's going to be a full Uber red for Kronge. Great hold. I'm actually really surprised Monsta, I think, on Pyro lived
He got down to 10 health, got arrowed, and got put back down to 10 health.
Yeah,
he didn't die.
That's the Nomi factor, man. He's going to hit those arrows on his Pyros. Yeah, that was insane. And now they have full Uber red to push into mid. Let's see how they want to take it as the Demo Man and Medic all begin to rotate towards Big Door.
Like it's a demo bomb
Amber, and they bomb with the Uber, and he doesn't get anything. Both soldiers are escaping, and that's going to be 0 picks on the Uber unless someone overextends and choke, which I don't think they're going to be doing. Squiddy sitting at 90%. We're now going to be seeing the repush from Destructive Criticism.
Yep, it looks like they're trying to do a leapfrog. They get the cap time. They know they have to give it up. Ooh, but they don't get the cap.
Ooh, Monster's probably going to go down.
Caught forward. Great arrow from Nomi, but yeah, this is really awkward for Kronge. They really wanted the cap to force the leapfrog, but they didn't get it in time. Bled 3 trying, and now with nobody in the backlines to go for the bad cap, they're at, well, not this ad into last, but they're down 3. Looks like I'm just gonna say Destructive Criticism's a little too slow to push off the numbers ad here.
Yeah, now Nomi does have Uber. Alan just going in for a sec, gets doubled, I believe that was by Skelly Knight. Huge rockets coming out from him. But back on mid, I do think that Destructive Criticism had the right idea, and Kronge had the right idea as well, trying to get the cap off to force that leapfrog situation. However, they just didn't have quite enough soldier pressure and choke to make it so that they would be delayed trying to get through. I also think Squiddy and I'm sure someone made the call to just go ahead and use through to stop point, and that was a good call on their part. You love to see it. Its Ubers are not evening out. Donovan is on spy. It looks like he's just sitting in spawn for a moment, checking off classes, but knowing Donovan, he might want to commit.
No,
He just
he's
goes
not
back
yet.
to
That
soldier.
would be a little spicy.
That would have been a little too spicy, and not quite ready to bring it for that match, as we're now just going into sack time.
Looks like we got a fresh pause.
Yeah, and just looking at it, nothing really out of the ordinary. There's a sentry gun next to the pillar. It's kind of an interesting sentry gun placement. I don't see that a lot. Usually I see it on the high ground near the medic, or somewhere near secret, or by the stairs perhaps, but this is kind of interesting. It has a really good sightline on the river. It watches points so someone couldn't get in water and just start cap time. The only spot that doesn't really watch, I think, are Shutter, but that should be watched by Ambrun and Lower Main, which that I think would probably be the most risky spot. If you can start spamming it out, you could probably get some splash rockets around the pillar, but
yeah, it's kind of spammable from river, but I think the purpose of that gun is just the surprise factor when they inevitably bomb a soldier and for the force.
Yeah, and if a scout runs in through Lower Main as well to support the soldier if they're doing a 2-man, or even just runs to point.
Yeah, not to mention it literally watches the entirety of point.
Yeah, and Maccabeus did spot it up, so that may be a hold on any 2-man as Monster does end up moving it. I'm going to reload the server real quick so people in my HUD are no longer broken.
Alright, well, in the meantime, Monster's getting the gun up, and now the Froyo position, I believe. Actually, I think the Froyo's behind the pillar, so it's just sort of a forward position on in front of Shutter.
That's a bit of a European position, I want to say.
The European mix-up, of course.
And yeah, and now it's really just waiting to see what Alan and Dunker want to do. Alan tried to get in a bit of a position to try and stack, but guns fanned him out, and I think he ate some damage from Ambrun as well, so he's not really going to keep pushing it. Looks like Destructive Criticism's just trying to figure out what the best angle is as they begin to walk forward in river, setting up some defensive traps. No one really committing yet. What would you like to see out of them here, Walrexes?
I mean, I think it's clear that they're not trying to waste their sack. They're trying to get the gun first. Now, with 2 players in water here, though, this is pretty threatening. But the fact that Kronge is well aware of it, and Donovan with a perfectly timed rush. Wait, but
Dunker trades out Donovan. I think that's about all they could ask for in trying to 2-man.
That was pretty good. It was so close to getting whelped, too. Like, his back was turned with 10 health. If Skelly wasn't there, it would have been Kurt.
Yeah, now Maccabeus is switching the Shutter. Kuchi ready to take an exchange upper if the opportunity arises, but it looks like the only person in river is...
And Donovan timed out.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be where the pause was, I'd imagine.
Does make sense.
Yep, and that was the pause. And now Donovan should be rejoining us. Yes, he goes back to blue. Let's see if he does what he did last time and come up spy immediately. Nah, he's just going to say soldier. Kind of interesting out of Donovan. I think he's usually a player that likes to play spy a lot, but it looks like he knows that it's become a little predictable almost at this point, but
yeah, I like the sort of the inter-series mix-up of like, is he gonna go spy over these 3 maps? He did it last time. Like, you know, it's really playing a pretty long game, but I like to see it. Some real intellectual warfare going on.
As looks like we just began spamming down the gun. The really good spam, and now we're going to see if Alan can get in time before the gun returns.
Yeah, this is great spam. Alan is in onto Ambrun.
Good
arrow from remove it. Remove the arrow. Ambrun should have died every time there. And Skelly almost
Nomi is kind of playing perfectly right now, I gotta say. He's lived when he needs to, keeping Ubers rather even.
Arrows are awful. Remove them.
Sorry, Walrex, you're just mad as...
yeah,
we're just waiting on Alan to crack
Alan there. Alan deserved that pick, and it was taken away. That said, Dunker did try to... I think he tried to peek the corner pretty aggressively. River
Donovan is again checking off classes. I don't know if he's going to commit to the spy play. We'll have to wait and see. Nope, he does not. And now we'll see if Dunker wants to come up and off class. Just waiting it out. No, they don't. It's just kind of interesting. There's not a lot of off class places. Oop, as I say that, Donovan. Oh no, he's just checking the other spawner. Well, I don't know. I feel like we'd be seeing a few more off classes early, especially coming out of Destructive Criticism, as Gully Last is kind of one where snipers are a really powerful one. Just the threat of a sniper in river, balcony, shutter, whatever it may be, is really good. As Kukuchu finds the teleporter pick. Huge work coming out from him, and Dunker goes down.
Great air shot from
Oh
Alan.
my
Drops
gosh,
Snowy in the
Alan!
back line. That was so crazy. Is I think what Dunker was peeking
Yeah,
the gun
Dunker-
from
yeah,
main
yeah.
to aggro the gun while Alan got in onto Nomi and hit him
And
with
now-
the 2 rocket.
Whelp's on Spy. I think he's gonna try and make something happen after Nomi dropped. I really like this. It's a really crazy off-time Spy play. I'm excited to see what he can get done
In the
with
stairs. This is an awkward spot because it's very easy to check. Just
yeah,
like
and he's
that.
checked. That is. It's a bit of a bad positioning, I suppose, either way, but I like the effort coming in, as now they have a
Yeah.
pick and full Uberad coming
Do
into
you know,
last.
Masa has moved the gun into a pretty unorthodox position, and that could be just enough to win them the post fight if it lives
Yeah,
long
Makabe
enough.
spots it out really
he's
quickly.
right on it with
And
the
yeah,
Uber.
it's gonna go down immediately. Catface getting cap time. He has to battle Skelly on the point, and Skelly doesn't get getting the better, but he ends up going down. Nomi goes down as well, alongside Whelp and Donovan. And now it's just a numbers battle with even numbers on both sides. More fragging power on Kronge, but no heals. As now we're
but
starting to
Ambrune's
see his
up on
Dunker
point.
can. Oh,
Oh,
can he
but
finish
he
up?
dead his stickies and he's out of pipe.
And that's the
And it's
first
just
round.
like that. That was that was a close first round. That was a real scrap on the full ad there. Kronge almost held it down, but full this ad is gonna be a pretty big struggle there. So I'm gonna give that one to Allen. It was a great sack to 2 rocket Nomi.
Yeah, and now we're coming up to this next mid as we see Amber and Maccabeus both rolling out through their chokes. Maccabeus a little bit less healthy as both demos exchange stickies into the big doors. I think both medics about to take 1 sticky, but nothing too concerning.
Oh,
Skelly looks like he's
well,
about to go for a low bomb. He goes in
But
and gets
Skelly
2
with a
rockets
great
on
bomb gets
Squiddy.
Allen and he gets Squiddy and he lights up Allen. But Donovan
Right,
trying to
but they
clean up the
lost
damage
for it.
bombs into a
Yeah.
packed soldier. So yeah,
The
they're gonna
hell-
back up here.
The health on Red is really bad right now. Most players below 100 HP, and they're trying to do anything they can to get Nomi, but Nomi's all the way in his own lobby. Really good game sense to get out there knowing that there's not much those 3 can do against 5 different bragging classes on destructive criticism, and now they're going to have to try and retake mid with their full Uberat. Or just about 80% actually. I think Nomi probably baited the fight a little bit, which... Wait.
Wow. I think he peeked the baby door trap.
Oh no,
And now
Alan gets
Ambrune's caught
on
by
his
Allen.
Ambrune. That was so good from Ambrune.
This isn't gonna initiate a push. This is not gonna initiate a push, I think, but it should equalize Ubers. Why are they pushing?
Yeah, Nomi
Skelly's
dropped him all
caught
by
forward. What's
himself. Nomi, no.
This is spaghetti. This is spaghetti of the highest degree.
And Kukuchu trying to jump out with his life, but gets shotgunned by Donovan. Monster's actually in right
He's
now on Squiddy.
in,
Maccabe
there's-
is getting the clean pipes to protect his medic as Squiddy's now running for his life, and he manages to get out through big door. Yeah, I'm still not too sure why Nomi dropped off the high ground. I think he expected the Uber to go into
why
them
did
earlier.
destructive criticism come in through choke? Like, they got 2 picks, but they were at full disad and they traded 1 out.
Yeah, I
They
think-
realistically should have wiped there, but because Nomi ended up getting so far away from his team, the Uber was only good enough to retake mid.
Yeah, I think the call on Kronge was to get a bit more aggressive, but then Nomi ended up getting a little bit too aggressive, and his team wasn't able to follow through. As we see the Uber coming in through big door, Maccabe is bombing and getting really good damage on all the players in choke. I believe Whelp went down to just a sliver of HP, and Maccabe is just
great
jumped in the
pipes
choke
from
and gets
Mac,
2 pipes
kills
on
Monster,
Monster, as the rest of the
and
combo
it's enough
picks
pressure to
up.
get... Ooh, that was almost got the medic too, but they got
Yeah.
Whelp. Yeah, they're going to convert second here, and as long as...
Skelly's
stays
behind, and
alive.
he actually stops the cap. Dunker went down, and now Catface is probably going to have to fight Skelly, but he's caught out above choke, and
He's
goes back to
distracting
this
so well,
big
and he's
door.
in position to live.
Yeah, this is going to be great if he can live. Maccabe is spawn
But he's
camping right
just
now.
jumping in instead. I think a little mistimed with his team. No, they clean up the soldier pick. The damage was not in vain. And now with full ad here, do they push with 2 soldiers down is the question.
Yeah, dude, Maccabeus is playing extremely well. As the blue team
Bet
uses
they
their Uber
pop
to shutter,
early.
but they only have a scout. They're not going to get anything with this. Maybe Allen behind, as Allen is playing in Upper River right now, just kind of spamming, and it looks like he's going to be getting wrapped by both scouts. Yeah, that's going to be the Allen pick, however. Squiddy's he's going to be coming up on his own Uber shortly. Catface peeking the choke to see what's happening as Kronge is playing very passive in their own river.
Catface! He
Ooh,
gets
and he
caught.
does
He
go
doesn't. The high bomb from River is so deceptive because it's kind of easy to see if you're looking for it, but if you're looking straight ahead on Gully Wash, if you jump high enough, you just can't see the soldier. So Catface had no idea that Skelly was about to land on his forehead.
Yeah, it's a deadly bomb, and I think Skelly, noticing how deep Catface was, saw he could get that pick pretty early, and now there might be a chance for Ubers to even out, depending on how Destructive Criticism wants to play this. They're peeking big door pretty aggressively, having to fight Ambrune in the big door. Skelly
Ambrune
does go
has to
down to
respect it.
Kukuchu, and yeah, Ambrune's gonna back up. However, Nomi's coming up on his Uber very shortly, so it's gonna be even Ubers for last. I think that's about the best scenario they could have asked for.
Well, they could have forced Squiddy, but I think
Maybe,
that was
maybe.
definitely I respect the other team and will even out Ubers instead of kind of forcing an exchange.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a well-timed thing. as Monster's on heavy there to protect Nomi, and it's again on destructive criticism to see if they can pull out another good drop onto Nomi. As Dunker and Allen both go in through river, Allen with the bomb getting hard denied by the heavy, Dunker going down pretty quickly after.
Allen's not dead,
lived,
though.
wow.
That's not bad, because that's going to make it, I mean, Donovan already kind of countersacked, but if you get 2 picks, you're tempted to take your heals forward, but with Allen living, Kronge's just going to have to sit at last. And I will say, after having dropped and lost a round holding last defensively, Kronge is not comfortable in this position anymore.
No,
like, they can kind of feel the more chances they give destructive criticism, the closer they're going to get to winning the round.
I do think Gully Wash Last is one of those points where, it's only a matter of time. The longer you sit on the point before your med drops, just because of how...
Is taking the heavy through river into water to clean up the flank, and that ends up netting them a 3k, which is pretty hilarious. They have to try and push out on this.
Yeah, Maccabeus is holding Big Door by himself as Dunker and Squiddy sit alone and choke. Squiddy just trying to get some arrow damage as the blue combo begins to move through Shudder. Ambrin's spamming out. Ooh, Maccabeus with clean pipes onto Whelp. However, Ambrin's walking aggressively into choke, and it looks like Squiddy's
these demos are not respecting the scouts.
Yeah, love to see the pipes. It's
not a favorite matchup, but they don't carry.
Yeah,
just like that, we're even Ubers second to mid. A little bit of a different stalemate to mix things up.
Yeah, now we're just gonna have to watch again as Wolf is on Sniper, and it looks like he's just holding the Big Door angle, rotating slowly towards Choke, hoping to probably get a sightline on Squiddy before it's called out that he's on Sniper. As I don't know really if anyone actually saw him on Sniper first. He's actually holding that really long on Big Door angle, yeah. That's a really strong one. It's so hard to deny, and now if they want to take the heals Big Door, it's also kind of one that... Oh, Allen ends up going down.
A little counter sack through Choke there. They now know they have a Sniper, so... Really, they just kind of have to make sure they
Squiddy's playing in the Highlander spot, just crouching behind the boxes. I'm not very fond of this spot, to be honest, as it's really easy to get bombed from drop down, considering his team isn't playing very aggressive in Choke. And, yeah, we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna reset here. I would have liked to see them tank Whelp through Big Door there, because it's a much better sightline. But it looks like they're stalemating it out, and this does, it gives Allen a chance to come up on Sniper himself. So we're gonna have a nice little duel here that is inevitably gonna take place in Big Door.
Yeah, Allen just kind of holding that Big Door angle right now as he rotates forward, waiting for his team to get there so they can get some pressure up. I think that the Whelp is probably gonna have a bit of advantage here on the Sniper versus Sniper, as he's in a slightly unorthodox position. I don't know if Allen's gonna know if he's there. If Allen knows, it's advantage for him, but otherwise, this is a very strong sightline that Whelp can hold pretty easily without any support from his soldiers.
Yeah, he's rotated away. I think he had his position given up, and like you said, in that position, if he knows where it is, there's not much Whelp can do. So he gives it up, gets a bit of a buff, and he returns to the corner, now on the ground. It's nothing like a little corner watching. It looks like our Sniper duel is about to reapproach as Allen gets ready to turn the corner. Said the player that turns the corner is at a disadvantage.
Yeah, Whelp rotating back behind point as he's
both
about to
turning the corner. Whelp is slow to turn it. Now he's at the disadvantage, but it doesn't matter. He hits the shot.
Yeah, I think he saw Allen already scoped. Allen didn't have a buff, meaning that Whelp had the pretty easy time of the auto SPS. And now we're going to see Skelly putting a lot of pressure in from Big Door as Whelp begins to hold that choke angle. We see, actually no, Whelp went through drop down trying to go for the hero play.
What a play, but there's nothing he can do with both scouts on the ground.
Yeah, he was spotted out pretty quickly. I think Catface had his eyes on drop down that whole time, so...
I just want them to tank Whelp Big Door. Like, the Big Door angle it's staring them right in the face. I say that, right, as destructive criticism is starting to take heals Big Door very aggressively.
Yeah, they were trying to draw a lot of space for Allen, who was able to get a bomb onto Nomi, but Nomi surfing and living with 50 HP, not forcing. And now they're going to be down Allen, and it's probably going to be a counter attack coming out from Skelly Knight, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Whelp is off the snipers, so their options are a little less free now. Or no, I think they realized they were maybe a little too slow to counter, so they're just opting not to counter at all. A pretty slow, respectful game coming out from Kronge right now.
Do you think Kronge's playing a bit conservatively?
I think they are playing a little conservatively. I know I was talking with them before the match, and they jokingly told me, we're making this go to 4 a.m. And I just pray to God that they were actually joking. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you think this is some tactical throwing to just make the match go on as long as possible and make you suffer, walrex?
I
guess make antlers suffer as well. All right, we're seeing some heals and soldiers all in big doors. Kukukuchu and Alan are trying to make a bit of a ruckus. Alan getting fined. I don't know if he was spotted. Skelly actually went up top, so I'm guessing he was spotted. Alan,
Yep, taking
no,
the
he
pack,
wasn't.
but his back is turned.
Yeah, he
hears
gets
the
one good rocket
though.
onto Skelly, but Skelly's a little bit too passive as Alan has to retreat further into Riven. He's given up his positioning. I don't know. I think Skelly, even though he was unaware, it may have, like, hindsight 2020, obviously, it may have been in his advantage to just not shoot Skelly, because I don't think Skelly actually knew he was there. I think he was just going to get the pack in River.
Yeah, a little rocket discipline from Alan, but the main thing is Skelly took the pack up top, and that's what Alan really wants. He wants control of that pack to secure his 1v1. So he's waiting for it to respawn, and now that it's there, if he can just get to it, he'll feel a lot more comfortable fighting Skelly.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
the
destructive
first jump,
criticism
but
is
he managed to
just...
get the second, and Alan's getting in on Nomi right now. Really good high bomb as he gets one rocket off onto Nomi, and Nomi ends up forcing!
He forces the forehead rocket was too much for Nomi to kind of wait out.
Yeah, Maccabeus ended up going down in return as Squiddy and Catface get to move across the point, and they end up using and catching out Donovan as the rest of the Uber ends in choke, I believe. Kuku trying to get through, bumps his head and not able to get the jump as Catface is now trying to fight the scouts of Kronge Realm, and they end up finding Whelp in the process. Now it's a matter of pressuring Ambroon, but Catface ends up going down. Dunker got him really deep onto Ambroon, but he wasn't able to finish off the kill.
Moss is cleaning up everything right now, and that's a big deal, because with no scouts on the side of destructive criticism, even though it's even numbers, a scout makes a big difference when pushing here, and Monster wants to push on it. He's in, and he's pressuring Maccabeus, who is not healthy at all.
Yeah, Squiddy having to put all of his heals into Maccabeus right now, but
nobody else got through.
Yeah.
Nobody else got through the choke for Kronge Realm, and just like that, it's gonna stalemate out again. Technically, Kronge Realm does have small ad, and they know it because they used first, but the way they've been playing, I don't expect them to actually try and take it.
I really wish they would have taken it there. I think considering how close Squiddy was playing, people on Destructive Criticism obviously didn't know that Nomi had ad, but again, they obviously are playing. I think they're playing very safe right now and very cautious. Donovan going through drop down, he bombs nothing actually, as the entirety of Destructive Criticism was off the high ground.
Yeah,
Donovan now just trying to shock down
to
Catface, and there goes Donovan.
This is a little awkward because now that they're one down, it's going to be that much easier for Destructive Criticism to pressure the flank. And I say that they are in for free. They use early now because Catface got threatened, and this will be an even exchange in Big Door.
Yeah, Catface actually finds Skelly Knight up top and manages to secure the pick alongside Ambroon. This is going to be a free last push now, with both Skelly and Ambroon going down so late.
And
alongside Whelp, Monster might go down as well.
And the wrap from Alan.
This is Donovan's the only player up right now for another 5 seconds, and I don't think the spawners are going to be able to get out in time.
I'm just going to say, because it looked like Kronge jumped through that, but what they were doing is they recognized Destructive Criticism was pressuring Big Door, so they tried to take choke for free, which is smart. But when they bled Donovan, they weren't prepared to go back to defend Big Door. It seemed like they were caught between wrapping and defending, and they ended up in the worst part of an exchange.
Yeah, that indecisiveness is always going to be what kills pushes. As we go into this next mid, Skelly getting really aggressive onto Catface and Maccabeus. Really great bombs, and Whelp's going to go down as well, though. Exchange for Alan. Catface is really low, and it looks like Dunker and Squiddy are just trying to escape with their lives.
In position to clean them up Big Door. This is so
huge.
Squiddy
should just killbind, I think, right now, as Mons is on the chase, and he's going to end up finding the Squiddy pick. Squiddy's juking for his life right now. Just hiding around the corner, standing still.
He's not even trying, though? Come on, Squiddy.
Come on, Squiddy. That's such a late death.
It is a late death. That's why I'm kind of torn. Like, if you're gonna not kill mine, at least put some juice into it.
Yeah, juice it up. Yeah, exactly. Really unfortunate to see, but now we're gonna have Nomi sitting at about 90% Uber ad, as Kronge will soon be making their way into lobby to see if they can secure this last point and bring the score up to 2-1.
Alright, yeah, full ad. I think it's just going to be a classic river demo scout. Trap off the point, pretty clean. They just want to deal with the pyro and the gun. And that's going to really decide how this push goes.
Yeah, and they managed to use and pick up a Dunker really early. I think Dunker was holding really aggressive near river as the pyro. He was just trying to deny, actually. Now, Squiddy's going really low. He should end up going down as well. Catface just trying to deny all the space he can on heavy. Maccabeus gets for the resub, as now it's only 3 up on Kronge Realm. Whelp is now trying to do whatever he can on point. Nomi leaving the fight early.
Yeah, that was they really. What the issue was is the pyro denied them really well, so good on Dunker, and then Maccabeus had traps on point and they were never cleared. That's like the big problem. If you use into Gully Watch last, you need that cap pressure, and with those traps just on point, they couldn't really go anywhere.
Yes, as it's now even Ubers. Kronge actually dry pushes all the way in through choke. However, destructive criticism just kites into Shudder, and it looks like they're just giving up the point already, going back to their own last. I'm
No,
not too
this is
sure.
that was pretty good from Kronge. They put a lot of pressure on them from Big Door, and yeah, that was it was just a good dry. They just threatened them out, and it's not gonna give them Uber ad until last again, but it gives them another chance. And they
They
might
do
push
have,
because
yeah,
Nomi never died. So I
yeah.
think they might
have.
think they have ad.
They only have about 5% Uber ads. Squiddy already at 95 as the Uber comes up, and they do end up using gear. Squiddy doesn't even fear though, as he knows he has Uber ad, just waits for his heavy to take a bit of damage before popping Uber, saving players now as the Uber goes forward.
Drop on point?
Oh,
Oh,
he
they
gets
just
so
get
much
to it in
time.
time. Skelly uses that distraction to pick up Squiddy. So Kronge
well as
doesn't need to
Maccabeus.
commit to this, but
Nomi
they
went
are
down in the
because
fray
Nomi went
though.
down.
Yeah, now it's just a 2v2. Monster's at full health.
But
Full health of
it's
Scout
winnable
is so
for Monster.
dangerous.
He needs to know how
He has
weak
to get the
Catface is.
Was
He
he-
gets
oh,
it with
he
one
is
health
burning
before
out.
burning out. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, that was a double team wipe. The point was still able to be traded. That's insane.
What a scrap. Oh, so a bad use from Kronge because they didn't know it was even Ubers, but great cap time from Whelp, a distracted bomb from Skelly, and then a cleanup from Monster and Donovan in the post fight. That was close. That was so close.
Yeah,
Now,
so
as
now
this mid goes
seeing-
in, so oh my god,
Ooh.
Donovan gets skybox air shot by, I believe that was
Kukuchu, yeah. As Skelly's wrapping through choke right now, gets one rocket onto Squiddy. Squiddy gets one really good juke in actually and falls to the floor trying to lift. Whelp's
Oh, with
behind
no
him right now. I'm
position
not
to
so
fight
sure
this.
he's
Yeah, the
seen.
scouts need to get back up here, but as soon as Catface does,
Yeah.
he gets destroyed.
Squiddy's
Well, a
cutting into
little
big door.
overextending. Alan kind of beefs his bomb, I believe.
Squiddy
He
ends up
went
walking
for
to a sticky and dies, and there goes Dunker as well. I think they probably should have played that a bit more passive in Victor there. Let their medic regen and then just try and refight with Ubers. I know they were on the enemy side, but I think that would have been their only chance for winning or even just salvaging that mid. Either way, we do see Nomi with full Uber ad yet again. Catface building a sentry gun already as Kronge takes second for free, completely free, I believe.
Yeah, it's gonna be another full ad for last. They have to know the pyro gun's gonna be there again, and maybe they'll adapt to try and deal with it, or maybe they'll just try and say, you know, Monster, hit your shots a bit better this time. But yeah, that mid was once again another scrap. It was a good start from destructive criticism, but
yeah, as the
couldn't lock it
Uber
up.
is about to come in through River. Dunker not there to deny it quite yet, as the Uber gets in really cleanly onto Kukukachu. Alan's also standing on the patch. Kukukachu goes down. Alan finds a pick onto Skelly in the meantime, but Nomi does go down, and there was no
Dunker
point
was
presence.
out of position. Maybe he didn't expect the Uber to come in that fast, but he kind of didn't deny the Uber and wanted to deny the flank. But the whole point of the pyro is to deny the Ubers. So yeah, without that pyro in position and no, you know, the gun. Did they even have a gun? They just couldn't defend it.
As we go into the second mid, both demos roll out yet again. Alan playing on the floor. Skelly immediately getting onto
Magnus is down
Maccabeus, and he
again.
goes down. They're gonna trade out Skelly for that,
Dunker
but
and Big Door as well. But that said, Kronge has been forced out by Assume
Yeah,
Allen. So
Donovan's
and
gonna
that
be
position's
wrapping,
gone.
but they know he's behind. Dunker and Allen both turning around, looking to deal with him as he's spotted and choke. I would have kind of hoped to see Kronge try and pinch with the help of Donovan, considering Maccabeus was still down. Donovan bombing up, gets one rocket onto Kukukachu, gets a second, is he gonna get the... Oh, and he craters.
I mean, Kukukachu, he actually shot the wall to try and negate fall damage because he knew he would die to it. That's pretty big brain. But,
yeah.
But man, these mids are really just kind of on the backs of the roamers right now. Skelly's doing a great job, but even though Skelly got a pick, Allen got all the space.
Yeah, and I think Donovan trying to take a 1v1 with Dunker and Big Dirt kind of backfired a little bit.
Because he ended up on the low ground and Dunker retook height.
And they needed the soldier aggression if they wanted to take advantage off of the Maccabeus pick, because they were essentially both down both soldiers after Skelly went down. Which is rather unfortunate, especially since the demo pick is such a big deal on Gully Wash mid. Either way, we're going to be moving into the stalemate, expecting to see a sat coming in relatively shortly as Alan begins making his way through Big Door, just taking a lot of spam, tries to take the 1v1 with Skelly in lobby. Skelly's very low, and Kukukachu manages to secure the frag as Alan does escape through Baby Door, getting aired by his medic as now Whelp is having to go all the way
forced
back
out
to
to last too. This is kind of terrifying for Kronge. Their flank is wide open.
Yeah, we already see Squiddy and Catface through. Now there's just going to be a matter of taking space, but the entirety of the blue combo is on the high ground. It's so hard to force them here, as Alan tries to bomb in onto Nomi, and he gets one rocket and two rockets off, but not enough damage, as now Destructive Criticism is trying to escape back onto mid. with Squiddy and Catface retaking high, and now it's going to be a matter of denial and seeing how they want to either take the early exchanges. Monster and team go
It's
to
a
drop
drop-down push, and they're in pretty deep, but they need to get up either elbow or banana. Here they come up banana. I think, yeah, Donovan got an early force on the Squiddy, so it's a better Uber for Kronge. Now they just need to see, can they catch anybody in the post? Skelly with a
they
great
actually
bomb.
find both Macabeus and Squiddy and
yeah,
Catface. That's exactly what you want out of the post. As Donovan and Skelly do go down, as well as Monster. It's now a
Destructive criticism
3v3.
soldiers are putting in work on so little health.
Yeah, but oh, but Kukukachu got behind. Bwelp was cleaning up.
Skelly.
Bwelp was cleaning up the board soldiers as Nomi ends up going down to Kukukachu, who had a pretty free bomb considering no one was really there to deny him getting on to poor Nomi there.
Both soldiers on both teams made wow, that was pretty great. The blue soldiers made that push good, and then the red soldiers salvaged it.
Yeah, incredible salvage, honestly. They turned what was going to be definitely another last push, really, into Uperat for their team. Squiddy sitting at 40% while Nomi is only at 20. However, Macabeus did go down, and we see Kronge flooding through Big Door. Skelly trying to bomb and get damage onto Kukukachu, but not much is happening.
Kronge can definitely push off it. Alan down to 2 health, gets caught. Alright.
Fortunately, Alan was the only death here, and Squiddy is going to be coming up in on his Uber soon. That ad growing actually to 30% from 20% as Kronge tries to push through Big Door. Macabe is trying to help deny it, but he ends up going down very low.
Onto Squiddy. He gets 80 damage on him and picks up Dunker.
Yeah, but they're coming in on the Uber now. They can just collapse with the Uber as both Catface and Macabeus begin to walk forward, and they want to take the Uber aggressively. Squiddy ends up forcing, but it's too late. He didn't commit forward with the scout, so Nomi's going to be escaping with about 80% ad.
Yeah, that was, I think, maybe the best case scenario for Kronge after Donovan couldn't get the kill on Squiddy to be able to get out there with a force.
Yeah, and no, definitely. I think Squiddy delaying there. It looked like Catface wanted to take the Uber into them, but it just didn't kind of come into fruition, as we do see Kronge using their choke. Yeah, it's so early as they try and chase Alan in Big Door. Alan jumping away, gets the pack in lobby, and Donovan's still just kind of standing aggressively near Shutter, actually spamming Alan out as Alan has to back away, only at 6 health. Donovan standing alone in Big, just trying to see what he can do. Squiddy will be coming up on Uber shortly, as we see the Kronge team begin to push through Big Door, knowing Squiddy doesn't have it quite yet. And they're probably going to try and get one of their soldiers in on Squiddy before he can have his Donovan
Alan
does find
kills
Kukukachu.
Masa in the flank, and Macabeus kills Amber in Big Door as well.
And Donovan tries to Bwelp and choke. Wait,
but
what?
Bwelp, he hit himself with the bed, and he bled
out.
out.
That's what killed him? Oh no. Donovan is trying to salvage in any way he can. He's only 10 health behind the point. Nothing he's going to be able to do. Nomi rather, only at 50% Uber as Destructive Criticism makes their way through choke. Macabeus bombing forward to get some pressure out. However,
good
Squiddy ends up using,
Skelly.
Really good job from Skelly.
But Monster's got forward with it, so it's not perfect.
Yeah, they managed to find the pick on Monster with the signs.
But Squiddy's down to 1 health. Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah, my HUD never fixed from the pause. I had no idea. Well, that makes a little more sense there. That explains why Kronge was being so aggressive even on the disset.
No, I think they should be being that aggressive. They are doing I don't know if it's intentional, but they're doing a really good job of spotting out when Squiddy doesn't have quite yet. And if they can get that aggression in and either get the really bad force in from Squiddy while they're down players, or even get in before they have Uber, that's really going to be what's going to win them those team fights, I think. Anytime they can force a bad Uber, they ought to, as letting Squiddy, Macabeus, and Catface set up has proven to be really hard for them to stop.
Yeah, this is a close game. I don't know if we can pull up the stats, for halves, if it's worth it. But I will say that coming out of this 2-2 at the end of the first half, both teams ended it with 81 kills. They had the exact same amount of kills, the exact same amount of Ubers, albeit Skelly or Nomi. God, dude, I know these people. I shouldn't be messing this up. Nomi's he's dropped once, but the same amount of Ubers for both teams, same number of kills. Both flank scouts hit a 137 DPM. You hate to see it.
Yeah. Even with the drop, I still think Nomi's playing exceptionally well. We've seen a lot of crazy arrows coming from him. He actually got that one really slick arrow on Amber in that one time to save him, and that kind of saved them from the last push, I want to say. Your demo going down while you're holding last just makes it a bit free for teams to get in if they want to try and go through River, go through Balk, whatever it may be. Likewise, he's just been hitting really good arrows all game, keeping his soldiers alive, keeping his scouts alive. Just basically doing exactly what a medic can do if they're just hitting all their arrows, I guess.
And just in, secret information. Nomi from Kronge Black has just messaged me, and the message says 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Oh no.
So you know, make of that information what you will. But yeah, I mean, coming out of that half, it's close. I will say, you know, I'm never one to speak poorly of players. These guys are all pretty fucking good. But I think Whelp has been having a really tough time. Like the 137 DPM is mostly coming from the stalemates. But you know, on mids, he's been getting rolled on mid on rollout by Macabus. He's actually been getting rolled by Macabus in general. But the thing is that Ambrin's kind of been mirroring it to Dunker on the other team. I think just a small improvement either team could make that could tip the scales to see if, you know, if either of these flank scouts can kind of start winning against the demo men. You know, if that 1v1 starts to go the other way for either team, I think that's just going to tip the scales. You know,
yeah,
I will also.
I agree.
I just want to add too, before I forget, is Skelly's like the soldier mids. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but I called it. The soldiers for both teams are standing out right now, big time. Skelly's mids, all of them have been pretty much immaculate.
Skelly has either gotten the demo pick or the meta pick every single mid. I think most of the mids he opened the mid with a with a demo pick. Almost most Maccabeus would just go down instantly to Skelly Knight. Not much poor Maccabeus could do. However, I do think Skelly Knight's playing really well, Kukikachu playing really well, and Alan playing really well. I think Alan, super solid gameplay from him. Donovan on mids at least, I don't know if it's been a consistent thing, I'm not too sure. However, him trying to take the 1v1 with Dunker and Big Door, I think that honestly threw away a pretty big advantage his team had.
Yeah, Donovan's also been struggling a bit like Bulb. I noticed one mid when Skelly got into their choke and did huge damage, and then Donovan tried to follow up, but he was a little late and just got rolled out of the air. It's not really on him, but, you know, if he can start sort of, well, you know, going in on that damage with the same timing, but not getting denied so hard and cleaning it up, once again, that'll just be a small change that'll just blow out these mids for Kronge.
Yeah, just don't get denied, forehead.
And I mean,
it's just
you know,
simple.
I guess sort of the way we're talking about this, I guess you could say I am viewing destructive criticism sort of on the defending end of all these mids. Kronge kind of bombing in and forcing these 1v1s. And I think it's just kind of on destructive criticism to win them. And they've been doing so pretty well. I think I already closed the logs, but I think they've been winning most of the mids.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 3 to... Or it's only been 4
well,
mids.
the mids have been really even, I think, sort of. So Skelly always opens up incredibly strong, getting that Maccabeus pick, maybe even getting a Squiddy pick, whatever it may be. However, as the later mid comes out, we see the DM classes of destructive criticism coming in full swing. That we had the first mid, I think it was, where Dunker ended up going down. It was just both scouts on both teams as well as the medic, and Dunker ends up going down, and Catface then just meat shot both Monster and Whelp, and was able to find
that was a really
Nomi.
great way to start the match. Oh, but real quick, you're actually here.
What's up, man?
What are your thoughts?
Kronge was playing like really scrappy at the beginning, and I think I know why.
Oh,
So Monster wasn't on scrims. He didn't practice at all.
the lore.
The reason why is because he spent time with his kids. 2 of his kids actually, and that's real. So, but now after like 2 rounds, you know, they kind of catch up, man. They caught up. So you can see the momentum. You know, this is gonna be a momentum.
Do you
They
think?
might win.
Do you think Moss is doing this for his kids?
He's definitely doing it for Janequa and James. Looking for them. But I don't know. It might be just like a momentum, you know, half. Probably just gonna win. Because right now, I think what's his name? The starter criticism is just in the low ground. You know, they might feel sad. They lost 2 rounds back to back.
That's true. Coming out of the half, having lost 2, feels worse than having won 1 on the end. And I will say that garbage time at the end of the half too is probably to Kronge's favor, because it kind of let them force a dry fight just for the hell of it. And even though it didn't work out for them, like, you know, having that sort of freedom to take that aggression and kind of, you know, get into the rhythm of fighting, I'm sure it's just gonna, you know, help them out, because it's a small thing, but when you get into stalemates for a long time, it just feels like the stakes rise every time you break out of a stalemate, you know? If you've been in a stalemate for 10 minutes and you get into the first team fight, you're like, man, I don't want to fuck this up, because otherwise I'm going back into another stalemate for 10 minutes. That or I'm losing the round. So, you know, the more you just kind of force these dry fights and kind of just keep playing in the open, playing a little loose, I think it probably for both teams it's going to keep them a little bit more fresh, a little less tense. But mostly for Kronge because they're the ones initiating these dry fights, and you know, if you're on the defending end of a dry fight, that's almost as terrifying as like losing a stalemate. Oh yeah, I think you know the. I guess all that is to say, I think the mental game right now is in Kronge's favor.
That is true.
Yeah, for sure. I think we even saw earlier a little bit of BM coming out from Ambrin and Donovan.
Sure, that is the sign of superior minds, as we all know in the TF2 community.
Yep. Bruin.
Yeah.
He told me right now he's high. So I think
Oh.
right now he's gonna trash talk more, and I'm ready to see it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I feel like a good number of players on Destructive Criticism wouldn't really be affected by that. I don't really know many of them too well, but I know Alan, and I think Squiddy. I know of him a bit, and I don't think they'd be
And
too
I
impacted.
don't know them, but I know of them.
Yeah, sorry, Walrex, I don't have that insider information with DC like you do with Kronge.
You know, it's what can I say? What can I say?
I don't know, man. You're like you're part of the Jambos. Maybe you're like a honorary fan. I think
Walrex
that's the better
Jambo
term.
next season?
Maybe next season. Finally, Warwick Jambo.
I always
Who
get to
knows?
hear what they're talking about because I'm just there on the bench every season, just watching.
Yeah, but you've been ringing for my team in the meantime, so
True.
appreciate that.
Anyways, but yeah, back to the teams. It looks like we are about to start the second half right on time. I just want to see the soldiers keeping up the effort, and I think it's the flank scouts that I'd like to see. If either of them can pop off, we're gonna see a big change in the way this game plays.
Right on, as we end up coming to this next mid. Maccabeus getting to mid a bit faster, I think, than Ambrin. Ambrin actually going through big door, it seems, is the entirety of Kronge just trying to make their way up onto DC's
This
side.
is
However,
really
there's
awkward
really
for
good
Kronge.
soldier aggression from Destructive Criticism.
But
The
a
Skelly bombs
good
for and
double
finds
bomb from
Dunker.
the blue
Donovan
soldier.
goes through, dropped in and finds Squiddy. They both get traded out, and with Nomi finding a pick on the Maccabeus, it's only Catface alive. So now we're gonna have to see if no, Catface is just gonna leave as
That
that's
was
the mid.
I'm gonna go as far to say that was a salvage for Kronge on Black because they wanted to go right side on mid. They were gonna play off Ambrin's damage, but Ambrin didn't do any damage, so they were just stuck on the low ground. So that double bomb from Donovan and Skelly was what they needed to open up the position retake, and it was a great double bomb, and that totally kind of changed the tide of that mid because they were losing for most of that.
Yeah, as now we do see the Engineer and Pyro coming out from Catface and Dunker yet again, as Destructive Criticism is going into their last hold. I don't know if they have successfully held last once, but that was only when their Pyro got forward to deny the
When the
Uber.
Pyro
Catface
holds
is River.
Catface is in position,
As he
Here
goes
comes
for it
the
in
stuff.
huge stuff right now.
but he goes down
Amber does
decent
find him.
time. This is still winnable for Kronge. The gun's down, the Uber's over,
Belp's going to
but
point Kukukuchu is there to meet him. As
But
Belp
Magnus
tries to
died,
get up
and that's going to be a really big deal potentially. Monster cleans up
Squiddy
Kuchu
looking through the
and
salt and wasn't able
Donovan
to find
through.
it.
Yep, that was it. No, Magva's going down there. I think that was sort of the, you know, what I'm trying to think of 5 different idioms about camels and cakes and whatever. But the point is that broke the camel's back. That is what I'm looking for. Yeah, Magva's had to live there after the pyro and the gun went down, but he didn't, and that ended the push. 3-2
Yeah.
for Kronge coming into the half. It's a
Rondrom is
Mirror
again,
from
I
the demo.
believe. Yeah. As we see Nomi, sorry, Selena rather, trying to play on the floor, see if he can get forward. Squiddy playing very passive right now as both scouts, Monster and Whelp, trying to walk forward, take space. Alan ends up going down. I think he tried to go drop them, was hard denied. Donovan alongside him, hard denied as well. As Dunker and Catface managed to find the pick onto Monster, both scouts down on, sorry, only one scout down on Kronge as Kukukushu bombs him, but gets kind of ruled
He
by
got
Skelly
tossed.
there. However, there's a lot of damage onto Nomi.
And
Catface
Whelp's
tried to
putting
get the
some
pick,
pressure on
but
the
ooh, he
flank.
wasn't. Yeah, and they're just gonna have to leave right now. Catface did get a lot of good damage onto Nomi, but he wasn't able to finish up the pig, and now it's going to be an even Uber situation as Destructive Criticism waits for their spawners, and Kronge sets up on mid. Donovan and Monster still rolling out.
Yeah, we're
All
looking
eyes
at
are
a
on
stalemate,
Skelly.
but they might try to sack one right away before Destructive Criticism can kind of settle into a hold. But just on that mid there, I'm going to give it to Whelp, because Whelp cleaned up Dunker on a clean corner shot. about halfway through that mid, and then he put the pressure on the combo at the end. And that was just the flank scout difference that you kind of need to see to give your team the edge. So I think Bulb was a good factor that mid. We say
Definitely,
that
definitely.
the Kronge realm heals are in big door, pretty standard way
Yeah,
to take
Welp is
pressure.
pushing Alan pretty hard right now. Alan does try and take the 1v1, does end up winning against him with 2 clean rockets. Now, being down 1, Kronge is going to be backing out of big door. Skelly
And
might be
Skelly's
caught, though.
caught.
Yeah,
And that's
Dunker
gonna
finds
open up the
pick.
flank.
Yeah, we see Alan, or Kukachu rather, and Dunker pushing into the flank aggressively. Catfish walks straight through choke, and they find the Amberin pick. Amber was staying all alone there.
He was trying to watch
choke.
by himself, and he couldn't do it. And he got punished real hard. This is going to be really bad for his team, because Destructive Criticism is going to be able to push into second here.
Yeah, however, we do see Wolf sniping from the forwards, playing just kind of sitting there right now. It looks like Catface and Squiddy are going to take the Uber through choke. They get the really late pop onto Nomi, as now Squiddy's running for his life, trying to escape the blue Uber. It's only Donovan, though, and he's not going to be able to get much with it, as we're just now resetting.
Alright, that wasn't too bad. It was smart for Kronge to hold close choke there to make up for their demo being down. I would have liked Destructive Criticism to push big door to kind of really exploit that weakness. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be an even Uber exchange. No team's really hurting from it. And Destructive Criticism's probably just happy to have taken mid from second. So.
Yeah, they're in a much more comfortable spot right now. It gives them a few more opportunities rather to even out the scoreline yet again. It currently being 3-2 in favor of Kronge Realm. As Catface is just building with Squiddy, even Uber's still, and it looks like the soldiers on both sides are just going to wait for Ubers to come up before they start sacking. Alright, what do you want to see from Alan here, walrex, as a roamer main yourself?
I mean, I think on Gully Wash, like, the sack through choke is probably good, like, 1 every 5 times. Otherwise, you just gotta take your heels big door and get somebody behind. It's by far the best way to take pressure on Gully Wash, just the mental damage you do when you get somebody behind into your lobby. Like, it just makes you so uncomfortable. Feel it in your skin, like it's just crawling. Hear the footsteps on river.
It doesn't sit quite right, As Alan does go behind pretty clean. I don't know if Wolf saw him. Skelly just sitting up top right now, trying to get spam on the people in big door. As Alan is, yeah, he's definitely spotted now after spamming from Shutter. It's probably going to be Skelly dropping down, not really wanting to take the 1v1 yet, as Wolf rotates to take his place. Now, he's obviously very comfortable. Alan doing a high bump. He missed the second
something
jump.
eats his splash.
Oh, that was so unlucky.
That's so sad.
What is his flash there?
It's the little lip on the corner of the wall on Gully Wash. Just ate the splash on his wall shot.
That's so unfortunate. Stuff like that just always kind of makes me feel a little bad.
Mappers take notes.
Skelly peeking in pretty deep from big door. Kukachu getting really good damage, yeah.
But he doesn't clean them up. He had the surprise factor on it, but I will say, so, as far as Destructive Criticism is looking to kind of force this, I want them to keep pressuring big door, and I want them to get pressure onto Skelly, because right now, Kronge is kind of leaving him to hold the flank by himself, and you can really exploit that if you send a 2v1 onto him through big door. I think they're kind of rushing things a bit, like they get the soldier behind, and then Alan's like, alright, bomb the mid, bomb the mid, bomb the mid. Just like, take the advantage in the position, kill that guy that's close, which is Skelly, and then use that pick to, lean your heels in further. That's what I'd really like to see.
Man, where was this brain when we were playing this season, walrex?
It's always there, right? It's always there. The third-person camera unlocks, but it's always there.
Right on. As yeah, it looks like both soldiers are sitting at choke right now while Maccabeus spans pretty deep in big door, setting up a couple traps. It doesn't look like anyone on Kronge wants to contest him quite yet as he continues to peek. Alan getting a bomb in on the Nomi, no rockets hit. And I think Skelly ends up getting pretty hurt as well in the meantime. Has to get an arrow from Nomi, but he's fine overall. Like the attempted choke bomb, but unfortunately Alan did get pretty hard denied by the scouts on the blue team. So, gonna respawn as sniper now.
Yeah, I will say, this is the 3rd consecutive sack by Destructive Criticism that Kronge was not counter-sacked out of. I think it's partially because Skelly has been doing a lot of defending, and as long as Skelly's defending, he can't counter-sack. But,
yeah, I mean, they are also up around, so there's nothing really forcing them. They have all the time in the world to just kind of sit here and let...
Now, the sniper, he's already deep in big door. Yeah, this is gonna spook you a little bit.
Yeah, as we see both soldiers from Kronge trying to spam big door, Alan trying to take some sort of wide angle to get onto Nomi. Nomi crouching, hoping not to be caught in that sight line. Yeah, this is a little bit of a cheeky position. I believe he's out of any sight line in big door, just right. And, in this position, he can also kind of keep his heels forward and choke, but he's kind of stuck in a sense. Yeah, if they manage to get a soldier bomb through choke, but I don't think they will, considering they are only up one soldier. As We actually see Maccabeus getting a good trap onto Welb. Ambrim trying to continue spamming Big Door as the
This is
rest
really
of
scary,
Destructive
'cause
Criticism is walking
here's
forward through
the
Big
thing.
Door.
If Cuckoo Kachu goes through choke and forces Nomi out of that corner spot, he can knock him right into Alan and Big Door. That's it. It looks like they're just leveraging the flank, and they have Dunker behind.
There's so little pressure on Choke right now. I would love for Cuckoo Kachu going in, exactly!
This
Going
is
into-
it,
backing up, and he finds
Amber.
That was so good from Cuckoo
That
Kachu.
is really good, though.
Yeah, they actually end up finding 3 picks. Well, Skelly and Amber all go down. It's now Nomi in a really bad position, has to take a bad exchange as Maccabeus gets popped on to save his life, and now Nomi rather, I keep messing that up as well, is running for his life alongside his scout in Monster.
Yeah, that was a
get
great bomb from Cuckoo Kachu to really open up that whole situation. It's so like, you know, all right, I get. Oh, they're really scrapping in lobby here. Oh, they're drive fighting lobby.
Ooh,
But
this is so good.
after dropping Monster and Skelly, this could backfire pretty hard, pretty fast.
Yeah, it looks like Kukachu's already positioning himself in River, manages to get a bomb onto Amber. Really clean rocket. That was so good.
I think that's the round.
Yes, Dunker standing on point. A lot of cap time. Actually wins the 1v1 12. Getting that cap time with the assistance of Catface, they managed to cap the point, making the score even yet again.
Oh, that was a lot of really good aggression from Destructive Criticism, really punishing Kronge for these like small positioning lapses and over aggressions at times.
Yeah, it's exactly what you love to see as we go into the second mid. Ambrin and Maccabeus both arriving on their respective sides. Skelly trying to go for the high bomb into
Finally,
elbow,
a
goes
bad
down
mid from
fast.
Skelly.
Yeah, I think
Good bomb from Alan to kill the scout and Donovan, and yeah, Kronge has to get out, and it's gonna be hard. Cuckoo Kachu's there to cut them off. Great serve from Nomi.
So good from Nomi.
If Amber gets out, this is But why, Amber? Why are you going back in? Why, Amber?
As Catface actually manages to keep pushing and making space on last, he's now getting chased out by Monster, but he meets up with his medic. He's gonna be totally fine. Skelly now setting up and River, seeing if he can get anything done there. There's a lot of space that he can take. He might even have a chance to bomb onto Nomi, or Squiddy rather.
And I won't dip on Amber in too hard. His death looks pretty much inconsequential here. You know, Destructive Criticism didn't do anything with it. They're in main now though, so Amber doesn't have traps up.
Yeah, as we see Catface getting used on, but ends up like getting left by Squiddy pretty early on. But he's traded out for Donovan, which I think is kind of a benefit for
Amber leads
Amber
into
going down.
What is Amber smoking right now?
I think he's on acid, weed right now. He thought it was a base play, so he did it.
Yeah, Amber has definitely just been pushing it too much. Though
Maccabeus is always prepared for Amber's aggression.
Like,
he has traps exactly where Amber wants to go through. He sees, okay, well, Amber's probably going to want to push into our combos, so why don't I just trap us all off? And Amber's just falling for it time and time again. As both of them again arrive to mid. Walrex, you take this one.
Well, it looks like Kronge is once again a little even, and Skelly's opting to take this mid a little slower. Now going for the bomb a little late, and getting Maccabeus once again does trade for it, but that's a net positive. So now, with the position on side of Kronge, a great bomb from Cuckoo Kachu picks up Monster on point though. And yeah, with blow up all the way out, Amber goes down again to a leading scout. All right, Nomi's going to get out to last, but 4-2 holding last on even Ubers because it seems really difficult without a demo for Kronge to try and hold second here. But they aren't.
They are positioning an upper, and we see Donovan getting ready towards the choke. This is probably possible considering a soldier can be well hiding it.
Cuckoo clips the roof of the...
Oh, he's so hurt. And Squiddy tries to save him, but he just can't. Catface doesn't really know where Nomi is, and Squiddy's going in deeper to try and save his scout, but now he's going to be caught out by this
and a great drop
Uber,
from Donovan. They use, but you know, so it's a little. They weren't so greedy. They did use the Uber, but now they're just cleaning up everybody. Alan is still behind though, and he won a 1v1 against Skelly earlier, and he's just trying to. Yeah, Monster came up sniper, and he's locked him out. But now that Skelly spawned, Alan kills Skelly in the 1v1 again.
Oh my gosh.
That was health disadvantage too. Alan's doing a lot of work in the flank right now.
Yeah, Kukuchu trying to escape from choke with his life ends up falling to Donovan as he did take out the pickaxe. Trying to play a little Minecraft. Unfortunately, this is not Minecraft, it's TF2, as we're now evening out. Or no, it's actually Uberad, sorry, for Nomi, as he is currently sitting about 40 Uberad. We're gonna have to see what they want to get done with that, as looks like Ambrune is rotating towards the choke. Maccabeus has traps set up on Big Door, but it looks like the Kronge crew want to take it through choke, as that's where their combo is currently sitting.
Alan is still behind though, and he's now dropped to the ground and they know where he is, so he's pretty low impact as Ambrun jumps in with the Uber. Macbeth is caught forward, but Ambrun dies for it.
Oh man,
It's a demo trade, but with Alan coming into choke behind, he's gonna die to blow. But that said, there's a lot of damage for destructive criticism
totally
right now.
Even right now.
And Donovan jumping in by himself, yeah, Kronge has to get out here.
Yeah, do you think Donovan could have tried to jump out there? Both of his scouts were very passive.
I think he thought that there was more damage on destructive criticism than there was, and he got punished.
Right, and now we do see Squiddy sitting at full Uberad, and
that's it.
yeah, they're just gonna see if they want to take the Super in.
Spawn camped Macbeth and then died. So
Yeah.
with no demo once again for destructive criticism, like they want to roll second on this Uber ad, but no demo, like it makes it so easy for them to get wrapped.
And the Uber's dwindling pretty quickly. It looks like they're just taking both scouts, however. I'm not too sure what they're going to be able to get done with no one to bomb into upper, and it looks like with Dunker's death, they're going to be kiting out, as the Ubers do end up evening out. Kukukuchu going down, but he's traded out for Skelly Knight, as we actually see the entirety of their red behind.
I think this is kind of an all or nothing play. They're trying to end the game right now and get second. That said, the heals are back from Kronge. They do
the Ubers end up getting exchanged. Catface is below. He's gonna have to flash him again. A lot of flashes actually coming out from Squiddy, but all to save his player, as now they have to deal with Donovan very quickly if they want to end up saving this round.
Down. But Dunker's in from the flank. He's gonna assist in this team fight.
Kukukuchu getting
and
a good bomb on.
Kukukuchu cleans up the combo. Don't get Donovan too. He gets Donovan too.
So good.
He's so good. A 3K from Kukukuchu to totally salvage mid. Kronge can try and take space here,
on
but
my man. We've seen this in Karma. We've been excited, but Kukukuchu straight out of name getting a clean 3-pick onto the Kronge crew. That's insane.
All right, Kronge is putting pressure on the cap here, and they might actually get the cap. Oh, but Skelly is gonna die for this. Yeah, you know what? I think it was just a net negative. I don't think Kronge can hold it. They're going to give it up and they're going to be down a roamer. So yeah, Kukukuchu at 3K ultimately resulted in his team holding mid and evening Ubers. And honestly, yeah, they're pushing flank with that roamer pick already.
Alan going in deep behind. I don't know if it's known right now. It looks like the team does know as Nobi. It does elect to stay for it as Bulb tries to take the 1v1 with Alan. Alan trying to escape, but he's going to beat Skelly on the flank, and Skelly manages to take him down. As we do see destructive criticism backing up to mid. Nomi's currently sitting at a bit of Uber at only at 90% as Squiddy is at 80%, and we're going to see if they want to take this Uber at. I wonder if Nomi knows this. Is this a Fritz or anything? No, it's stock Ubers. Okay. But yeah, it looks like they don't want to take it. I don't think they knew they had Uber at. I don't think it was supposed to be Uber at. I think Nomi was just building a little better. So Alan is on Spy. Is he just checking off classes though? Yeah, it looks like he's just checking off classes right now. I don't know if he's going to commit to the Spy. He actually ends up swapping to Sniper.
All right, we'll say that they've dealt with the Sniper before, but without Whelp Sniper, without a counter Sniper, this gets a lot scarier in Big Door here. So they've already brought the heals Big Door. How did they even know? But this is a good preemptive rotate for Kronge.
I mean, Alan has been sniping a good bit. I don't think it's exactly the
Actually,
most...
they probably saw them rotate through choke. So yeah. I mean, but that was a good like forward rotate. And they haven't spotted. Okay, they spot Amber's traps on the shutter there.
Yeah, so, Catface clears them, and now Alan is just... Macabase is just trying to make some space for Alan, and we do see both Amber playing in Shutter as well as Whelp. It looks like Whelp is looking for any moment he can to come through Baby Door, but Macabase does have it trapped. He ends up deading the traps as Alan continues to peek deep into Big Door. Catface again trying to go forward, make a little bit of space, but this is pretty hard.
Oh, but a great headshot from Alan. Now Nomi's all alone. This is... Yeah, it's going to be an exchange.
Yep.
And
they're gonna
Alan, that's the trap from Amber.
So deep with their Uber. Catface trying to play defensively so they can't get onto Macabase, and he manages to do so as the Ubers end in Big Door.
But Nomi's once again caught out. This has to be a collapse. Has to be a collapse from Kronge, but Nomi goes down. Donovan goes in, but doesn't kill Squiddy. This is good. This is not looking good. This is looking like a round.
Ooh, yeah. Now we're gonna have to see if Destructive Criticism wants to play it slow or go off the picks. It's gonna be another couple of seconds before Nomi and Skelly both are up. Sentry Gun does go down from Kukukuchu, but it looks like Destructive Criticism is gonna call off the push and elect to push with their Uber ad in about 20 seconds, as Squiddy is currently sitting at 60%.
This is not a position Kronge wants to be in right now. I think they think it's... Oh no, Whelp's getting up the gun, and they're opting to build to try and even Ubers, but without the Pyro, I'm not so sure. Ambrun is deep in water. Does he just have a forward water trap? I don't even know where... He doesn't have any traps on point, which is
And he
Really
does have a bit of a
terrifying.
forward water trap, I believe so at least. He only has a few stickies there. I'm
No
not sure the
traps on
rest of the
point though.
stickies.
Like I'm not sure this could ever be.
Yeah,
holdable
his
for
entire
Kronge.
team is going down. They lose 3. Bulk goes down as well, and Ambrun just...
Or no. He had traps hidden in the bar at the back, but
Okay,
they didn't
okay.
watch the whole point.
Oh, and the server immediately changes level, but that's okay because we did get to see the end of the round.
That
Alright,
was.
and I believe Jemond is here as well, so the much anticipated
Jemond is
Jemond
back.
analysis.
Yeah, let's get some
Jemond.
analysis.
What? I just joined. Wait.
Alright, Jamal,
Yeah,
what's your
Jemond,
analysis,
I
man?
need a
Let's get
rundown
back.
of
Yo,
what we just
wait,
watched. I need a summary, synopsis, a review.
Mhm.
What?
I
I
need
need
you
the
to write
whole
a
story.
thesis on this. It needs to be at least 80 pages. Come on.
How you going? You going? Well, we're gonna. I just joined, bro. You can't out me like this. I was ringing for a team.
I mean, okay, I what's your analysis, man?
So
All right,
I never fray away from an analysis.
Oh.
We already know Mad 61 is getting the mad dub here, ladies and gentlemen. That's all. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know from this right now. That's it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
I will
All we
say
need to know.
I do think Magbus pulled out a better performance than Ambrun in that second half. Only a couple lapses in judgment from Ambrun. Really, kind of playing forward and playing by himself. And I mean, if he doesn't get med and he doesn't get punished, then it's good pressure. But he got punished every single time, and those deaths cost his team a lot. That's the kind of big thing I have to get over from that half. What did you analyze?
Got disappointed. It seems like they were doing fine and they just crumbled for some reason. I feel like Bruno and Monza are fighting right now. They're like screaming at each other's lungs for losing that.
All right.
But to be honest, the other team just played way better than them. They have better coordination.
I am seeing some coordination difference. I will say it's the gully wash. The gully wash is just like destructive criticism was playing their heel pressure and big door very well whenever they got control of mid. Like I said, that position is is so stressful to deal with because if you don't go to meet them, then they get behind into your flank for free. They threaten river, easy bombs. If you go to meet them too fast, you just like die to a trap. You get bombed, you get sniped. They were playing that position really well, and I think if anything got to Kronge, probably just dealing with that team in Big Door was a tough one.
I do want to say something though real quick. I think this is a player I think I've consistently underestimated throughout the season, and that's Kukukachu. He turned up so big in that second half. He had so many clean bombs, picking off Nomi left and right. It was insane what he was able to get away with. Such good timing on him consistently, and so many good salvages.
Yeah, I will say it's such a subtle thing too. Is the one time his team was pressuring Big Door. He's got all of his heals there. He's watching choke by himself, and Kronge rotates the Big Door to meet them while Ambrun and Nomi are kind of passive on the point. When you're the only person watching a choke, you never really want to commit through it by yourself because it's like, I have no sight lines, I have no information. If I die, my flank's open, my team gets punished. You never want to push through a flank by yourself if you're the only one watching it. But that flank was totally wide open, and Kukugachu, either from good comms from his team or just a good game sense, realized that choke was wide open, and he jumped through and he got the demo and he put pressure on Nomi, and they converted that round. Like, it's such a minor detail to say, like, just push the choke. But like when you're in that position, everything in your gut is telling you, I can't push this. Even if it's free, if I'm by myself, I can't push this. And he did, and his team got rewarded big time. It's great play from him.
Yeah, it's just really great to see, especially because I think he gets a little bit glossed over in the shining light of Sin Karma's buttons as both of those players came straight out of main alongside Squiddy, I believe, and he's honestly been pulling his weight more than I think. Not even just pulling his weight, but going above and beyond what's really called for the soldier class, I want to say. It's always a little bit rough for a soldier to get stuff done in this current TF2 meta, but Kukukachu is doing great, and I'm really excited to see what more he's going to be able to do on Metalworks, which is a very soldier-heavy map, The big geometries, the flat surfaces, the tiny chokes.
We can talk about Metalworks. The first thing we'll talk about Metalworks is that Kronge and Destructive Criticism played each other once during the regular season, and it was on Metalworks. And it was 5-4 for Kronge. And some of you may remember that match even if you didn't watch it, because a couple good clips came out of it. Namely, well, walking into last on Sniper twice and just like hero shotting Squiddy.
Yeah.
Twice in one match. That's a little crazy.
You think he's gonna want to try again?
I think he's going to try again. I don't think they can stop him. The question is, like, can they get to last, and can he hit the hero shots? You don't just hit hero shots every day. Not even Whelp can hit a hero shot every day. So
Yeah, but we have seen Whelp have some miracle work in playoffs already with that crazy sightline on clear cut onto Fruit back in the first round, I believe it was, of playoffs.
Okay, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
was
I'm
that
gonna
you?
have to say, I'm gonna have to say a
That
little
was,
really to that.
Mhm.
That was my match.
Yep.
Yeah, we gave it
How
to
did
them.
that
We gave
shot
it to
make
them.
you
I thought it
feel?
was funny. We just threw.
Oh yeah, okay.
Would you like to
You
provide some
threw?
analysis of your own match right now? We can just disregard the current happenings if you'd like.
Yeah, pretty much. We threw. I was on on an Xbox controller, and I just fucking lost, man.
Were you molding? Is that facts?
I
Were
don't
you molding?
mold. I don't mold in matches.
You don't mold?
Nah.
Let me pull up the Nut City logs real quick. Let me pull up the
Don't see
Nut City
those are
voice
not
comms
real,
real
man.
quick.
They are
Let
not
me
real.
pull up the voice comms real quick.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's probably not me.
I do want to say, Walrex, I'm hoping this isn't going to be a long match tonight. Considering, what do you think's going to happen on Metalworks? Do you think that Kronge is going to force this to a map 3, or do you think we're going to see another pretty strong showing coming out of Destructive Criticism? And the same can be extended to Jemond and our
Well, I've
expert
told
analysis.
I have told everybody going into the night's match that the team I want to win is the team that wins the first map. So I'm praying that Destructive Criticism closes this out, and quickly. But if they don't, then I'm all for Kronge coming back into this. I will say, like, after the second half there, though, I really want to see Ambron just kind of discipline himself again. I feel like he was getting a little too loose, a little too punishable at the end of that Gully Wash match, and I don't want to see it happen on Metalworks. Because your demo needs to live on this map. This map is small choke point after small choke point after small choke point, and once the demo's gone, it's just roll city. So if Amber can just kind of touch up that small lapse, I think it will have an even fight. Both Skelly and Allen have been doing great jobs as the roamer. I'll say, like, the interesting stat, in my opinion, is that I feel like Allen has gotten a lot more opportunities to sack than Skelly has.
Oh, absolutely.
But Skelly's kind of higher percentage sack player right now. So, I mean, that, in my opinion, they're kind of evening out. But if Kronge can just get aggressive positions, win more mids more competently, I think it'll pay off for them in the long run. They just need that sort of initiative. Yeah, and like you said, I'm talking about the soldiers because this isn't a totally soldier-centric map, but the mid is pretty highly soldier-dependent. The mid to second stalemate can pretty much only be broken by a soldier, maybe a sniper since it's playoffs time. But yeah, this is Soldier City mostly on mid, and I'm very curious to see what the soldiers do if they try to slow it down, wrap, or high bomb. I will say, Donovan, like I said, favored #1 pocket this season, but Cuckoo Gachu was giving him a run for his money this match. Because, like you said, Donovan's not playing bad by any means, but I don't think he's made any standout plays, whereas Cuckoo Gachu basically has single-handedly won his team around and single-handedly saved his team around. Like, he's been there when he's needed to be. So, a little room for Donovan to step up and even the things out. Other than that, the scouts, it's Metalworks. If we see scouts doing things, it'll be in an Uber. And same goes for demo, pretty much. Just all eyes on the soldier.
Yeah, any thoughts from or Jemond here?
I'm gonna let go first.
Monsam Bob needs to fucking wake up, man. What are they doing, man? Godface? It's doing fine. Everyone's playing okay, but Monsam Bob, I'm just disappointed. They I thought they were gonna do good, but now they're just not playing as good. They're not playing as good as they could be.
That's true. I mean, I've been kind of overlooking it because I think the scouts are going even, but we did kind of expect Whelp and Monster to be the favorites.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're going even is a bit of a, well,
I mean, to be fair, they do have Froyotech Catface in by
that is
player.
true.
They
And I
do
mean,
have
Catface, meme or no meme aside, he's playing good tonight. So, all right, and just like that, the match is underway. Metalworks, round 1. See how the demos get to mid. Everybody take a moment to breathe.
Take a moment to breathe as we observe the.
Drink some water. Stay healthy.
Maccabees just seem to get to mid a little bit later than
is
Amber.
fast.
Wow.
His visions of Sin Karma. This is so fast. What? Squiddy AFK. That was. Yeah, that threw me through a loop. I was like, wait, what? They're not at mid. Why is Squiddy AFK?
This is already.
They've re-exec playoffs. Div 1. Let's go. It's a scrim. We're watching a scrim.
Oh, that person says Squiddy emo. That's crazy.
And we're back. All right. So, you know, if you guys didn't have a chance to breathe on the first rollout, got another chance.
Yeah, a bit more breathing time. 'cause
Maybe
this
you got
is
like
one
that
of the
water bottle up
longer-
to your lips, shook it a little bit. It's like, oh, I don't have the time, put it back down. You know, take that sip. Rehydrate. All right, the demos get to mid. Both demos opting to go low and trap out the high ground. Amber, once again, aggressive top right. And both soldiers getting counterbombed. Krondrom in the bottom right corner. Both teams kind of mirroring each other, but Krondrom is leading on low health. With a good bomb from Kukuichu to pick up Skelly, or Nomi, and yeah, Masa getting cleaned up from Allen and House. This is going to go the way of destructive criticism as they clean up Whelp on point. Yeah, that was there's a lot of aggression coming out from Krondrom, but they were eating damage. They took
Yeah.
way too much damage to play that aggressive.
I do want to say, you did see Alan sitting in his own house for a while, and Donovan tried to counterbomb him there and tried to get on him to deny that space that Alan was trying to make. But unfortunately, Alan lived with like 3 HP there, meaning that that pick wasn't secured, and Alan was just able to go back and get a pack. And in exchange, Donovan lost a lot of health. Combine that with the fact that I believe Kukuichu got a really clean bomb onto Squiddy, Nomi, which wasn't denied very well. So now we're going to see Whelp on Sniper as the Uber is going to soon be coming in for destructive criticism.
Yeah, it's a full disad into Metalworks last. This is holdable. I think this is one of the easier last holds, but full disad is always like this unfavored. Like this is going to be hard. Krondrom has stayed really healthy for the entirety of this push, though.
But Nomi does go down because Kukuichu gets Skelly, Nomi,
And
and
Alan's not
Amber!
dying at all.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Kukuichu with
Oh
this
my.
insane bomb. Alan living there. It's an insane work coming out from
Red
down.
soldiers. Like the start of that Uber was actually like Krondrom juked that Uber perfectly, but that post fight. I'm 12. Post fight.
Good one, Walrex.
Post fight fell apart. Yeah, post fight fell apart from the red soldiers just doing so much damage.
Yeah,
All right,
Maccabees
Magnus is so
nobody
lit at the
saw
start of this
it.
mid, though. The start of these mids for Krondrom are looking good. They just need to stay healthy and maintain this position. As they take
Yeah.
the high ground here, they're trapping out Alan. Alan is basically out of the fight. Now, if they got a bomb to aggress in the valley, as Skelly goes forward and
Well, getting
collapse.
really good pressure onto Maccabees. He ran forward and took Maccabees down to about 50
A
HP.
great bomb
Donovan
from
managed to
Donovan
bomb.
gets Magnus
gosh.
and Squiddy. Now they just have to protect Nomi
He also
in
got
the back line.
Kukuichu, and it's only Dunker right now. He's going to try and do whatever he can to get onto Nomi, but Nomi backs up into his own house, playing incredibly safe right there. He did actually get Monster down to about 2 HP, but just wasn't enough to finish off the scout. That was really good soldier work coming in from Donovan there. He knew that Squiddy had taken a lot of damage on mid, as well as Maccabeus, who went backdoor to try and meet up with his medic, being 50 HP himself, and because of that, Donovan was able to secure both frags, as it's now a reverse of the previous situation, with Krondrom coming into last with full Uber ad. Catface is setting up a gun alongside Dunker's Heavy. We're going to have to see if they're going to be able to do what Kronge couldn't and hold this first last point.
Yeah, that was they kind of did exactly what I would have wanted them to do on that mid, and they executed it perfectly. So full ad coming in. They're opting to go left to main, pretty standard. Amber in the skybox already. The gun's down fast, but once again, the defending team is healthy for the post fight. Let's see
Yeah,
if
Alan tries
Krondrom
to
can
get a box
collapse.
in, but gets melted. However, Dunker is able to exchange that out on Monster, as well as Skelly. They now try and get time on the point. There is a bit slow to deny it, however, Monster ends up going
Amber's
down
in.
alongside Donovan. Amber's in, trying
Oh,
to
it's
get
a
denied
med
stuff.
fight for
Med
the
fight.
points.
Oh, Squiddy ends up
But
getting
he gets Uber, but if he gets launched off the point,
and
if he
he's not
jumps,
just
if
standing on
Squiddy
point.
so much as jump crouches, the
Oh.
round is over. But he's gonna stand on it. I mean, Naomi's probably just happy. I mean, he got the force and got out alive. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's not as good as winning the round, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, kind of interesting to see there. Squiddy running the Uber saw. It's not something you see quite as often, I
Uber
want to
saw a
say.
difference.
Yeah,
Head?
and-
No heads in chat for
Well,
this.
Nomi got a lot more damage onto Squiddy because of the head. He had a faster firing rate. As Monster goes in trying to push, he gets eaten up by the sentry gun. Nomi ends up taking the sentry gun to
Too, they were
himself.
trying to drive for the point. I think they were just trying to get the cap time and the off timing. It's not bad because they have 20% ad, and the way their deaths were timed, they can get Uber to hold this while destructive criticism doesn't have yet. So this could actually backfire if they try and push this too fast. And now they're opting to
this
slow
is
down because they
very
know that.
risky, and yeah, Dunker ends up going down. Now Squiddy's at 90% as Kronge begins to move forward. Maccabee is trying to continue to
And
deny
they
his Catface
caught
goes
Dunker
down.
and Catface. Yeah, the gun's basically free on the point. It's
Donovan
even
taking a
Ubers
lot
for
of
the
damage,
exchange.
and Squiddy, a bit of an early pop, I think, from Squiddy. Not really saving anyone, just kind of using aggressively. Amber trying to set up stickies around the demo men and the medic on red, but not much comes of it as Alan
Moss is
pushes him
just
out.
in it,
Moss
yeah.
is behind, and he goes down to Alan.
Yeah, they don't want to go on this. Yeah, that was a little strange again. The Blue Scouts are getting a little aggressive. The first time was smart because of the Uber difference. The second time, a little suspicious. That said, yeah, Destructive Criticism is looking to walk this out on the point, and picking up Skelly in the flank there is basically going to solidify that second retake. Yeah, that was a weird exchange. Like, they exchanged Ubers on last, but then they didn't commit to it at all. But then Monster committed and died. Maybe they thought they had bigger ad than they did, but hate to see it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because I don't know. It might have also just been an error in communication as Monster committing a bit later without the rest of his team. Maybe Nomi wasn't too sure about committing for the fight. Monster wanted to go in and just ended up with them getting split as we are seeing the stalemate on Metalworks second. It's currently one round in favor of the red team, Destructive Criticism, and we're gonna have to see what Kronge was able to get done trying to push into the second. I'm expecting to see some soldier bombs here.
Yeah, we've all seen this one before. We get it. All right, bring the Heal's Valley. Oh no, what? Skelly's going in without a buff. This man, it's so.
Gets
chat.
one rocket on his Squiddy. Squiddy
he
going
gets
down to about
two.
20 health, actually, yeah. Good couple of rockets, but without any more forward pressure, Squiddy's just gonna back up into his house and get the pack. Fairly
Yeah.
safe for now. I think Wolf had tried to get in. I'm not too sure if he was committing through underpass or where. We now see Amber just spamming through house, kind of uncontested as Maccabeus was putting traps in underpass.
I will say, just a bit of an unorthodox position from Squiddy there. I don't like to see him standing in the middle of the bridge like that. Like, you know, it's Metalworks. Just sit in the shutter, all right? Like, you know, keep an eye on the lower door for the scout and just sit in the shutter.
We
His
do see
position here
Wolf
is-
on Sniper, by the way, and Dunker is currently checking off classes. Please commit to the spy. I want to see a spy play. And no, he doesn't. But either way, Destructive Criticism should know Bulp is on Sniper right now, as it's now going to be Bulp. He gets the early
Gets
pick on the
Kukuchu. That's going to open up the flank, and he's going to rotate there right away because he knows they cannot hold this.
Skelly's bombing in really fast.
And a
One good
forehead
rocket on the
Squiddy.
Squiddy.
Is getting the force. This is a little awkward for Kronge because Whelp is forward on Sniper. Like they're essentially 2 down on that sack. But yeah, without Kukuchu and any position, yeah, Destructive Criticism just calls it a wash. Doesn't even try to do anything with that Uber.
Donovan bombs in. Now we see Alan going for that high bomb, hoping to do to Squiddy what Skelly did to Nomi with Squiddy. You know, he wanted to force the medic, okay? Either way, we do see Kukuchu going down, however, he is exchanged for Donovan as the Kronge combo makes their way to point. Alan goes in trying to sack onto Squiddy. He ends up getting a nasty headshot by Bwelp. Wow.
Bwelp is hero shotting. I mean, they take the ad into last anyways. 2 soldier picks full ad. Amber and his forward, they want to scout with them. Moss is caught up. The Uber's going to come in far left.
Yeah,
and Magnus is caught forward.
Maccabee's
And
juking for his
Ambrun is
life.
onto
Monster
the
thinks
heavy.
he should-
Gets the
he
heavy
was-
in the demo. This
Bwelp gets
should
medic
just
in the
be
meantime.
a walk to the finish line once again.
Poor Squiddy. I bet he's already having flashbacks to the Bwelp sniper report. Alan actually getting a good few picks.
Yeah, Donovan was he pulled out the pickaxe, but yeah, after losing 2 for the force and not getting it, and then a good Uber in. Yeah, that was a good aggression from Kronge. Really, just like it's basically exactly what you want to do. Force the medic, get second for free, push last. Textbook, hold it off.
Combine that with the fact that Bwelp is hitting a lot of really good headshots.
Yeah, that too. So,
Makabe is getting the worst of the demo 1v1 yet again, eating a lot more damage than Ambrune. However, we do see
But,
Kukukuchu on the high ground
Kukukuchu
getting
for
really good
high
pressure
ground.
onto him. As Ambrune is now standing still for an error, he manages to get it, and we're seeing things slow down a good bit. Both runners mirroring each
High
other with them
ground from
each.
Alan looking to open things up while Kukukuchu takes top left.
We see both runners go down, Skelly going down in the back line to cap.
But yeah, Kronge is out.
But
So
we do
really-
see Donovan's behind. He's just actually escaping. He manages to find Kukukuchu in the meantime. Kukukuchu is sitting on the shack, going
Yeah,
down
this
to the bomb of
is
Alan.
refightable, and it looks like Kronge is looking for the refight. With no soldiers to counterbomb, Nomi is feeling real comfortable just sitting in
Makabe
Valley
is
here.
getting so much forward damage. Both
Oh my
Monster running
god, and
forward.
they get forced to damage because Magnus was so lit.
Monster
That
gets
said,
dropped though.
they
Ambry's
get
trying to
Monster.
jump forward and wants to pick out Squiddy. Catface is the only player caught in. Dunker getting Skelly in the back line. Alan actually sitting on the crates, ready to jump forward as he does with the Kronge combo is backing up. Donovan jumping back and forth, trying to keep some space, but they're gonna have to give it up, losing 2 players after the exchange. That looked so good. Makabe is really deep in Valley right now with the help of Dunker.
Ambrune was so far forward, but doesn't get punished this time. Instead, it could actually pay off as they pick up Catface and Magnus is too lit to aggress. This could just be
Alan's
another
on
retry
right now.
fight.
Oh, he wasn't able to find the picks. What?
Once again,
No-
Ambrune's alone by himself in house. What is Ambrune doing? What is in his... Well, you know, whatever he's using to... This man is... Something's in his body that's not organic, but he is so far forward.
Ooh, 2 picks going down. Both soldiers on blue are dead now, and that's going to open up the doors as Ambrune goes down to Kukukuchu as well. Kukukuchu, the madman, getting a couple picks that are turning the entire tide of that fight. As Kronge's trying to back up, no spam to deny any presence on second at all. Uber's not quite up enough in order to take the exchange. That's going to be a second take for destructive criticism.
It was like, you know, you want to take an inch, take a mile. Ambrune really wanted that mile. It was going well, but he ended up getting caught forward by the soldiers. And yeah, without the spam, they get pushed back to last. So we're gonna have a stalemate on last. You know, what definitely could have been a role to destructive criticisms last. Ends up at their own. That said,
Alan gets a really good bomb.
he
and
lives
he gets
for
some
so long,
monster,
and
yeah.
Dunker gets in so deep. But yeah,
They got
fortunately,
4?
oh my god, I wasn't even looking. Skelly was in the flank the whole time.
Yeah, Maka finds the
Donovan, I
picks
think.
somehow. They're gonna be getting picks, and I expect them to want to take an exchange if Kronge ends up pushing out here. But Nomi and Ambrune are playing pretty passive. It looks like they know the spawners are going to be up very soon. Metalworks one of those maps where the attacking team does have rather quick spawns, and
That's
they're going to be
actually
able
so
to.
sad. Imagine killing 4 players and like, you know, we'll hold. I mean, we'll get them next time. You know.
We'll get them. You can hope, Walrex. You can hope.
So I was gonna say like, man, Kronge took forever to kill Alan on that sack, but it kind of makes sense when you send like 2 of your players forward to kill the other half of their team. That's it.
Yeah,
We got like
Alan
another
and Dunker going in.
double
Huge
sack
air
left
shot
side.
onto Alan from Donovan, I believe that was. Denying him and then finishing off with the shotgun. There goes the 2-man, and we're going to have to see how Squiddy and Co. want to take this exchange as Kronge begins to move forward in the lobby. Looks like they're rotating towards the choke side as opposed to Shutter. And Donovan leading the charge. They're trying to get the choke, but Kukukuchu's doing a great job denying any aggression.
And they
as
just
Monster
use in
uses
on
through.
Monster. Squiddy uses
Squiddy's
pretty
gonna have a-
early.
Yeah, he's going to probably
He
drop
has to pick up
Catface here.
Catface.
Yeah, he
But
manages
if he
to
doesn't
get
get
it,
him, that's a losing exchange. And Monster's getting juggled on the door. He
Oh,
died.
that's a pretty solid pick. Ambrune still wants to put the pressure up on House as Dunker runs in and finds the pick onto Skelly. He's
And
going
Dunker's
to
in the
last.
flank for free.
Oh no, he's just
And
one-running
Donovan, the shotgun, manages to pick him up. That was a good pick from Donovan because that flank was wide open. But if Donovan goes down now, he backs
Oh,
up. And
Ambrune just
Ambrune
rolled
gets
Macabeus.
Magnus. This is huge. The Magnus pick is enough for Kronge to push out yet again.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting play for Macabeus. He was alone through Shutter, and Ambrune is just setting up to spam him, and he hits I think 3 clean pipes on him, taking him down right then and there. As we are going to see the Ubers come up very soon. However, there is no demo for the side of destructive criticism with Ambrune
Kronge
taking
just
through for
can't
free.
do it. They can't do it. Magnus
is
gets his
such-
spawn, and they're like, fuck it.
This is
Fuck
such
it, we'll
hard
run it
point to
back.
push.
Yeah. Oh, no.
This
Oh!
oh, you okay? Walker?
Yes.
Having flashbacks already?
4 a.m. Not 4 a.m.
All right, Alan and Dunker both bombing in. They try and get onto Ambrune, but only Alan can actually. Alan actually brings
Oh my god,
Nomi down to
Donovan's
6
such
health
a
and
fucking
spawn.
bot. Fucking Nomi backed all the way into spawn because Donovan was DMing in the spawn door. Fucking Nomi almost died while in spawn anyways because he wouldn't close the door. God damn it, Donovan.
Nomi went down to
Yeah,
literally
because
1
Donovan
HP.
wouldn't close the fucking spawn door.
Oh my
Whatever.
gosh, Maccabee is getting a pipe cleanup on the Donovan. Goodness, Monster is sniping right now. He's trying to take that aggressive right angle, but isn't quite able to do it before he gets pressured out. And now we're just gonna have to see how Destructive Criticism wants to sack in when they have that gun and the sniper.
Please.
Oop, Cuckoo going down the Monster.
That's a quick one, and Allen's another quick one. No soldiers, got a
Ooh.
sniper. Take
That's actually
lobby.
going to open it up a good bit. With only Maccabeus to deny things, Skelly getting in through lower, caught by Catface rather early on. Squiddy's going to just have to
But they're just opting to counter sack. Why didn't you just take the sniper right lobby? Counter sack.
You don't sound too happy about things, Walrex.
This is like they're trying to hold last. Come on.
I mean, it is even scoreline. I really do want to see Kronge play a bit more aggression. I feel like Kronge plays best when they're aggressive, so I don't get why they are
I honestly feel like this whole match has been a little uncharacteristic. They're giving up fights that are kind of 50-50 that I feel like that you would usually take. And yeah, they're not pushing out on what are pretty typical advantages that you'd push out on.
Alright, Monster actually gets the pick onto Allen there. Good work coming out from him, and now let's see if Monster's gonna want to get aggressive. As Nomi's actually trying to get the ramp from Dunker catching him out there and gonna be
Skelly picks up Dunker left side, and now Cafes is trying to clean him up.
He should be able to as he does, yeah.
But
oh,
there it is!
On the Squiddy! Where was Squiddy?
Thank you, Monster. There is no way. No. They're gonna push into the lobby. They're gonna see the traps. And they're like, no, we'll still ass. You know, we'll let them build it up. You know, it's not really fair. Sniper's not a fair class. They should get Uber again, in my right case.
Yeah.
Okay. There's enough being bitter. They're pushing in through Shutter.
Alan trying to get on the Nomi. He actually
bomb
is able to find Donovan and all that.
It's pretty big, and now Nomi kind of alone. Monster manages to reconnect.
Trying to get in as well, but he's going to get pressured out by Monster as they finally make their way through the Shutter, and now it's a matter of locking down chokes and getting that cap time, which they successfully managed to do. Squiddy only sitting at 40%.
However, roll it.
Still on Engineer, by the way, as he finally switches off.
It's fine. They can still roll it. They got Monster going lower. They want it. No, but the comms are clearly mixed in Cronge as Amber goes through house.
They shouldn't be able to catch much. Catface is caught in and he does go down, but I think it's going to be all sure for that Uber. Dunker in behind. I don't know if he spotted. He is. We see 3 people actually going back for Dunker. I don't think Destructive Criticism is going to be able to take any advantage of the space made by Dunker being deep in the flank. And no, they're not. Catface is going to be spawning in 5 seconds. And Squiddy does have Uber ad. I expect they're going to want to push as we do actually see Amber and Monza getting in deep in the flank right now, making room for Skelly to bomb straight through house as he gets onto Maccabeus. Might actually secure the back, and he does. Catface and Maccabeus both going down.
Like, this is an absurd fight to take now. I'm certain they've lost track of Ubers to be taking this fight. Because
no, I don't think they lost track of Ubers. I think they just knew they had those 2 picks, and even if they're Ubered,
absurd aggression. But that said, if they walk into this, like, this could backfire pretty hard.
Donovan goes down. Skelly or Nomi might actually die on the flank. Dunker chasing deep and manages to get a few good rockets or a few good shots.
He dies to a trap.
Ooh.
This is crazy.
Skelly gets on
What's going on?
Okay, I gotta say, Wargs, I think Destructive Criticism misplayed that terribly. They were down 3, they had no way to watch the flank if their Uber went deep into Valley, and because that's exactly what happened, they weren't able to watch, they ended up losing everyone.
They're wiping, like, they're just losing player after player, after player after player, after player after player.
It isn't.
This is a revolving spawn door right now. Place that shit with a turn, like, oh.
Yeah, Nomi using in for the Pizzazz to finish off the heavy, make sure his team doesn't take any damage. Kukukachu the only 1 point, doing some interesting jumping. I actually really like to see it. Getting a pick on Monza, he might actually have turned the fight there. Both going down the
Oh my god, a soldier trade in the skybox?
Tries to live. As
good pipe from Maccabeus.
Really good work from Maccabeus.
They're trying to take down
into
win.
And he dies. That was so good. Kukukachu lived for so long with such good rocket jumps. I think that man single-handedly saved that last push. That was so good from Kronge, and Kukukachu just turned it around entirely. And now his team is Uber out, and they're pushing on to second. This should be a mid-push.
This is going to be a close one, though. It's 20% ad. If Kronge builds this out, they could definitely even it, as long as they slow them down in Valley there. What a series of events. I think, like, I don't even know. I think Destructive Criticism wiped, like, 3 consecutive times there and still managed to hold last. Now they're pushing in immediately, but at 90% Uber, Kronge can definitely just rotate into house and re-push. Ambrun's caught on the lower ramp, but Nomi gets just in time to flash Ambrun. They're going to pick up Maccabeus, and with no demo to hold second, this should go right into second on the side of Destructive Criticism.
Yeah, so good that Nomi was able to get the Uber at the last second and completely turn the fight. As Destructive Criticism is just going to end up giving second entirely. Everyone did go down pretty low. I think he was just sticky jumping around. However, Maccabeus is going to be up for the last hold. Squiddy does have a decent bit of Uber Red. I'm not too sure if they're aware of that fact. So it's just going to be a matter of time. As Squiddy gets in, it might just turn into a stalemate. The score currently is even right now as well, with about 10 minutes left.
I think you said it yourself. Like, this is a hard point to push out of, and 20% ad, I don't think it's enough time.
It's really not. Like, I feel like this is one of those points where I feel you want to have at least 50% ad, otherwise you're probably going to end up dropping people somewhere. Just because it's so easy for the holding second team to find a pick somewhere, because you have so much ground to cover and it's so hard to make sure everyone can get out confidently. So without those picks, it's just insanely difficult, and if you have only 20% ad, you don't have the time to take it slow, as we are now seeing Kronge try and make space in order to get some sacks going.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I will say, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say that, yeah, this is a back cap heavy last. Like, you can back cap on any last, but Metalworks, I would say, is maybe the most known for it. That said, double sack coming in from Kronge. Donovan and Whelp, if that's not the most telegraphed sniper spy pair I've ever seen, then, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, even though it looks like Destructive Criticism's looking to just push on to second, just using Uber on Catface in a solo. It's a bad exchange, so they basically are just equalizing Ubers here. Kronge's not getting anything in the post.
I think that was a pretty safe play, all things considered. Catface obviously trusts his DM enough, and it's rightfully warranted that they're going to be able to get the exchange, and they'll probably force some flashes, considering most teams do play with their demo, medic, and scout all grouped up together on point. So you should be able to get a few flashes to even out the fact that you're going to use a lot earlier. And then best case scenario, you may even drop the medic if you can get a couple 2-shots with the medic not respecting enough. However, obviously, I don't think Nomi's going to disrespect Catface that hard, especially this late into the match. But yeah. We have a backup.
We have a backup battalion.
Yeah, Donovan.
What, the battalion?
A little horn action here, a little 35% damage resistance on activation. Baby. Crit immunity.
Maccabeus is dead, by the way. I'm not sure what caught him out there, but he did go down, and now we're just seeing Kronge getting very aggressive, trying to see what they can make work.
They get the gun for free. Great forward pressure, but
Maccabeus does come up, but they're all so hurt. And Ubers end up coming in. We're seeing Squiddy flash quite a lot, trying to save his players. As Monster gets him very deep, gets one good shot on Catface. Catface is going to be hurt in the post. As
and
now
the trap
Nomi's
by Amber on Shutter makes sure that Nomi can get out. That was a good trap.
Both actually had traps that picked up a couple of frags. As well, ends up getting him behind, tries to get some cap time, but Alan sniffs him out and catches him before much can happen. As now they're going to see Destructive Criticism pushing out.
Yeah, they're going to take a fight on second. It was a tricky fight for Kronge to take because nobody was healed. And since it was a solo Uber, nobody could get healed. That said, Donovan is just like MGing their team. He just killed Catface and did 150 of the Maccabeus by himself.
Do you think I think they might want to push up, but this is yes, the dude comes in.
Let's go, dry fight.
Yeah, we see Cuckoo trying to get aggressive. They want to kill Donovan, get rid of those
so
effects.
Far forward.
Oh. Monsta ends up going down alongside Maccabeus and Alan. Squiddy going down to
Skelly gets the medic. Squiddy's down. Dunker's lit. And now it's just Catface. It's over. At the horn. Oh, God bless the horn. If there's a horn emote, just fucking put that in chat right now.
Yeah,
that was such a great horn.
It worked out so well for them as well. I think that Maccabeus had the right idea staying forward. If you can get the Donovan pick, that's going to make it so that the advantage of the horn goes away. But there just wasn't quite the focus fire there to do so, which is rather unfortunate. Either way, we do come to this next mid. Dim is trading damage. Maccabeus actually getting the better of it this time as they managed to pick off.
And Bob goes down immediately to Cuckoo and Catface. And down their flank scout in a really passive position in Valley. I'm not sure Kronge's in any position to even fight this mid anymore.
Yeah, I think they're waiting to see if Skelly Knight's going to be able to get a bomb in and do something. He's just sitting in house as he actually does
picks up Dunker, and Alan and Maccabeus are on very low
Donovan
health.
gets in
Donovan getting onto Squiddy.
Nomi following up, or sorry, Skelly following up, and he manages to get the pick. Oh, that was actually a really good double bomb, and now it's up to Kronge to see if they can protect their medic. Cuckoo actually manages to get
a rocket and sticky.
Oh my gosh,
and then a bomb from Cuckoo to block Nomi on his way out. Now Catface versus Whelp 1v1. Whelp with worse health, Catface wins. Wow, that was...
Nomi died with 99% too. This is
absolutely
so sad.
Brutal. That was such a good, like, re-aggression from Destructive Criticism. I was going to say the double bomb on the Squiddy was so good for Kronge because there was 2 lit players forward on Destructive Criticism. By killing the medic, those lit players are basically, like, inactive anyways. But Cuckoo with those forward bombs, like, first onto Ambrune, with Macvis, and then to cut off Nomi and Valley. Like, those 2 consecutive bombs are huge.
Walrex, I'm gonna say it. I think Kukukuchu might be the best player to ever touch this game. The man is
Yeah,
so
he's simply the best.
He's so good. Oh my gosh, as we actually see Squiddy with a good bit of Uber at, I think there might be, no, it's just Uber, wow.
Fake high bomb
Skelly
from
tries to
Skelly
bomb
to get the
in,
pressure in, but he
he
does
ends up
die to
dying,
Allen, and
yeah.
Allen gets out, so it's a weak sack, and they're gonna get second for free. Well, they do lose Catfish to a trap, but should still get second without using it, so we'll call it free.
Right, and Ubers do end up evening out both teams down a player, but as the spawn comes up, it's just going to be another stalemate. Walrex, what do you want to see now? It's all up to destructive criticism to even out the scoreline yet again with 5 minutes left in the half.
I mean, the 5 minutes left in the half is the scariest part of what's going on here, because Kronge has already shown they are not pleased. They're not, they're not very happy pushing out of Metalworks last. I honestly would not be surprised if they held this for 5 minutes, or I should say try to. Said the cat-based sniper. I think it's the first time we've seen cat-base on sniper this game. Usually Allen.
Yeah, this is definitely new. I think it's a good choice, especially because soldiers are so strong on this point. They'd rather keep both Allen and Kukukachu on their respective roles. This gives Catface a really good opportunity to show everyone what he can do, and I'm excited to see what he can get done. As he is fighting against a monster sniper.
Yeah, and I will say, Kronge is opting not to do the kind of pseudo-standard anti-sniper hold, which is holding against the wall on Metalworks. They're doing a pretty standard, like, really passive against soldiers hold. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, because now if anybody forward in the last hold takes early damage, the heals can't reach them. That's why Catface is going for a really aggressive peek left side, and Skelly's going to catch him. So that's going to slow down this stalemate just that bit more, since I don't think anybody in Kronge is in position to push. And
I will
we
say
should say,
Squiddy's standing in the exact same place I think that he got headshot in last time, as he does end up backing up. Oh,
yeah,
this is rough. Squiddy.
Skelly's a little late on that counter sack. He wanted to get re-healed for it, but dying so late is going to make it, I'm going to say an easy double sack coming out from Destructive here. That's it, Allen. Oh, God.
Monster getting a clean pick on the Dunker in the meantime.
Maybe a not so easy double sack.
Yeah, and now it's just gonna have to see if someone's gonna peek the shutter from Monster. Squiddy's standing in the sight line, I believe, and it's just gonna be a mystery. I don't actually know. Monster ends up rotating and electing to take that house angle instead, as it's all up to Kukukachu to deny the spam, as Squiddy's trying his best to stay out of the sight line. Good spam coming in from both Maccabeus and Kukukachu. They're managing to push the entirety of the Kronge Realm combo back, and
yeah, all the space is for Monster right now. All of the space is for Monster. They're looking for a demo or a medic.
Okay. He might have actually spotted Allen out there, as Allen. Oh,
and he just body shot Allen as he was getting ready to go into last.
What?
Oh, Allen.
What?
Allen. Oh.
Oh man. That is so unfortunate, and that was the first time we saw someone come up Spy, and it's all over. I'm so sad, man. I was excited for the Spy play. Anyway, we do see Kukukachu getting onto Donovan in lobby. Donovan might actually go down here, as
no, they pick up Catface instead. Yeah. The aggression is rewarded, and the whole reason Donovan's fighting that, he's trying to build the horn. I think he already has it.
He should. He's been... Okay, he's only at 75% actually, as we... They end up using the Donovan. Uber that's gonna
to get the extra bit. He only gets one rocket though, so he doesn't have it. Oh, he does
actually manage to get it. He's going back to spawn. I think he's just trying to get some ammo again, and that's exactly what he's doing. Setting up the dispense, and maybe we're gonna see an off Uber push out with the assist of the horn.
The thing is,
we do see them.
This is so risky though. Pushing out of last with no Uber on even numbers. Even with the horn advantage, this is like beyond next
goes
generation.
Down though. They were getting aggressive in lobby, but the soldiers of Red actually managed to catch them out. Allen went down to 30 health, but they still finish off Amber, and Allen not being traded out for it, as the horn does now come out from Donovan, but it's a defensive horn instead of a nicely offensive one. Dunker trying to keep up that aggression, but the entirety of Destructive Criticism is, you know what, we don't have to deal with this. We can just leave, and leave they do.
Well, that's disappointing, but not unexpected. Pushing out of last, like, even with the horn, even with your 35% less damage taken, like, it's not an Uber, it's even numbers. And, it's not uncommon you're going to drop somebody for it, so it's a shame the horn was used in such a defensive way, but we're just bag at last with even Ubers.
Donovan is on Spy right now. I think he's just checking off classes. Yeah, Monster sniping yet again with Destructive Criticism just having a completely standard lineup. This is a really hard last point to break, and they only have 1:30 to do so now. Kronge has done a really good time just dwindling down the clock as the pressure's now on for destructive criticism. They have to make something work, otherwise it's all just going to be in favor of Kronge going into the half.
Here's the double sack coming in.
Allen just
Allen
gets
and Dunker on
blasted
right
to the
side.
moon.
Dunker's just opting to leave because he can't catch bad Donovan. And yeah, Allen probably dying a little later than he'd hoped. I will say we're definitely getting into garbage time to the point where, not garbage time, but Kronge will not be even attempting to push out with this much time left. It's not worth it. Nothing short of a wipe from destructive criticism will get them off this point. So, yeah, it's all on Red's hands. It looks like with Allen on the heavy, it's going to be an Uber exchange followed with a post-heavy fight. I always like this because it's kind of, it feels like it'd be really good. You don't see it that much.
Honestly, they just have to get the gun and get the force in, and they managed to get the force. Now it's up to getting the gun.
The gun doesn't go down.
It
just goes down.
Now we actually see Dunker getting a pick on Skelly. This could be exactly what they need to get
from Amber.
As we see the Allen Heavy coming in alongside him, but 2 crits coming out from, well, means that's probably going to be round. Look, Happy tries to clean everyone up. Getting so much damage. 15 seconds left. It's up to Squiddy. Can he do it? He tries to get us all, but and no, that's the head for Nomi, ending this half 2-1 for Kronge Realm.
Man, Cafe's almost taking that push and putting it on his back. The heavy, almost totally useless, got flanked by a soldier and like rolled in a matter of seconds. But yeah, a couple quick meat shots out of Cafe's almost saved it. But it was too bad from the start, so.
Yeah, that was really exciting there. The Sentry Gun crits was a real lifesaver, I think, both coming in hard with those. And then, man, it was such a good early pick for Dunker on the flank that he got onto Skelly, I think, and just got traded out instantly. But honestly, that was about the best push they could do. They know that they have to get the force out. They managed to do that instantly on the heavy, and then they got the gun as well. The gun almost lived, which is kind of crazy, I do want to say. And then from that, it was just kind of an even fight. Both teams had their little heavies, and it was just seeing what the heavies could do. But the crits from, well, kind of big, I gotta say. Anyway, let's turn it over to our analyst, Jemond.
Jemond?
Alright, Jemond, what do you think?
Personally, this game is all weird right now, because like you see, personally from what I'm seeing, you see like destructive criticism is at least in terms of like combo wise. I see like Scout trying not to bait out Maccabeus too much and vice versa. I'm seeing a lot of out DMing. I'm seeing a lot of fights that are like taken and just not won. Some fights that should be taken, but some other fights that aren't necessary. It's kind of a weird game, but I mean, DM on both sides is like fairly nice from what we see from mids and what we see from seconds and more, and just utilization of off-classing and everything else seems kind of perfect this game. But ultimately, I'm still just kind of trying to just take in that DM is just. I mean, I'm not surprised, but DM from Kronge is a little bit more solid than it was from first map, in the very least.
I have to agree. One thing I want to say is Bob, stepping up just a little bit on the sniper class, getting those nice shots, that engineer pick with 2 crits. That's what I like to see.
That's what
fucking beautiful, man. Fucking beautiful. One thing though, if they do win this half, this match is gonna go to 4 AM, and that's
not very cool. Not cash money.
4 AM type game.
I don't know, man.
I will say, Nomi did message me again. This time he said 6 AM.
Oh.
6 AM game? Alright, I'm gonna get the maple syrup and drink it right on stream.
I did a 4 AM match yesterday. I don't want to do a 6 AM
Oh,
one
you did
tonight.
another one, huh?
Yeah, I did one yesterday.
Yikes. No, yeah, I'll just say, that half, it was like 10 minutes of absolute slog boredom as Kronge refused to leave last. All of a sudden, somebody hit the switch 8 mode. They just went from last to like last. I think it was like 1 Uber and like 3 dry fights. And then like 1 fight at Uber like disadvantage. But then they lost last.
Yeah,
But I think that was the round that Donovan came up horn and they got it in the end, and the horn's pretty epic, so I'll give that one a net positive.
I think there was one round. I remember what happened was destructive criticism was pushing into Kronge Realm's last. Squiddy gets sniped, drops his Uber, that's a free push and a second for Kronge Realm, and then there is just a lot of chain feeding coming in from Destructive Criticism. I think they chain fed on mid, that gave them second. They ended up taking that really bad exchange from House with only 3 players, letting the flank get in and wrap them before the Uber ended, because they tried to take the Uber really deep. That cost them the round there, as well as being down 3 people in your combo. I think it actually got salvaged by Kukukuchu, but then it stalemated, like you said, and ended up being saved by the horn.
Yeah, and I will say, as far as the Ambrun factor goes, I think he's still off the leash. You know, still playing a little wacky, but he's not getting punished half as hard as he was on Gully Wash. So, I'm not saying it's a net positive for his team yet, but that factor exists. That Ambrun can kind of just pop in somewhere that he really has no business being and do a lot of damage. Like, he's been hitting his pipes, at least this map, like pretty damn well. He's been hitting a lot of pipes. Like Amber DM, considering how he's playing, which is like pretty far away from his team at times for a demo, he's holding his own. And yeah, and kind of when you break away from the sort of, you know, cut and paste meta of like demo with combo, like you kind of move him somewhere else, you have him hold a different door, maybe he leads, maybe he watches something. When you kind of break away from that kind of mode, it gives your team different opportunities, maybe some more aggressive opportunities. And yeah, I'm happy to see that he's making it work. I'm just hoping they can leverage that, you know, add a little bit more aggressiveness to the soup and start really getting some rolls going. I should have said yeast. I could have made a bread analogy.
Oh my
Why
god,
are you
question.
wanting to make these
What's up?
bread analogies?
Oh my god, question.
What's the question?
Do you think Sin Karma's a deep fake?
You know, I play against him and he did some sketchy stuff. I think there might be something around him. I don't know.
Shout out to Sin Karma for calling me, for saying I'm built like a Krabby Patty before he went offline for a week.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I was talking to him the other, I was like talking to him, and I can't remember what I exactly said, but I said something, he's like, Jemond, you are built like Krabby Patty, and then I just never heard from him again.
What does that mean?
He said, I'm built like a sandwich, bro, what do you mean?
What does that mean, man?
It's
You
a pretty
think
good
it is?
sandwich.
I mean, I guess
You not see a Krabby Patty? It's round, it's chubby, man.
Oh.
Man. That's what he called me.
Wait, is
nothing
Sin
wrong with
Karma
that.
can an AI throw shade at people? What the fuck?
Sin Karma can throw shade. Sin Karma is known for throwing shade. We gotta upgrade,
You gotta cut out some of those bugs, I think.
I think this game is fairly interesting. I think it'll be quite the game if this goes on to the third map. But
hopefully.
you say hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want them to win, but I also don't want to be here for AM watching Bot being an engineer, Bot some sniper, don't know being on the backpack, you know what I'm saying?
How is a backpack? I'm liking the backpack gameplay so far.
Oh yeah, the backpack's fine, but having 2 of the losses on the
Oh,
backpack?
apparently
wait.
it's Alan's birthday.
Hey,
Hi, can we
Hey.
get some happy birthdays in chat? Oh,
Hey.
happy
Hey.
birthday.
Alanie, it's your birthday. It's your birthday, Alan. It's your
Okay.
birthday.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Happy birthday, mate.
That was your
Happy
song.
birthday, Alan.
Happy birthday. Alright, going to mid. Again, deep breath, it's Metalworks. We can all take a moment.
Take a few sips of water, Walrex. I'll let you get that in as the demos continue to roll out. And
Yes,
you
and
should
they
finish
finally
up-
get to mid. Magnus a little earlier this time, both trading a similar amount of damage, but Ambrun's out early. That's an early bomb from Skelly. Gets a big rocket onto Squiddy, but Squiddy's out pretty healthy. Said Kuguchu goes down top left to the pressure and with no position from Destructive Criticism. Oh wait, I say that, then Masta dies forward.
But Donovan bombs in the back, getting a ton of good damage on the Maccabeus.
Can he
Maccabeus
clean
only
it?
at
He
2
cleans
HP,
it
and he
up?
cleans it up. Now we're gonna see if Squiddy's gonna be able to live here. He's trying to escape with his scout dunker, but oh, he's getting caught up by Donovan right now. Donovan gets his pick. That's gonna be insane. He doesn't manage to finish it off. Squiddy going down to about 45 HP as he's now escaping with Dunker and Allen, his flank players. They're making their way back to second. Nomi already has his Uber, but Squiddy's sitting comfortably at 90%. They should be able to take the exchange considering how slow Kronge is getting in towards Valley right now.
Yeah, this is it's looking like it's gonna be an exchange. As I say that, the solo comes out on, well, it's a pretty early reuse from Squiddy, and yeah, now Quantum's just trying to look to get out, but Destructive Criticism is all over House, and they are not trying to let them get out. They pick up Ambrun, and A demo pick is a big deal on this map.
Skelly's deep
try to roll
behind
that
right
forward.
now. He's going through house right now. I don't think he's spotted. Actually, no, I lied. Dunker sees him.
But he wins
actually
it
manages
anyway.
to get him. Squiddy finding the pick on Skelly, actually. I think he went back to arrow Dunker, but only finds Skelly there and decided, you know what, I'll take care of
those.
him.
We take those.
We always take those walrex.
And as that scrap was going on, Destructive Criticism did manage to leverage their demo pick into the mid, and now they might even try to roll it into second, as they did deny both of these spawners currently rolling out.
Right on, is now they have a lot of space to work with on second. We're gonna have to see how Kronge on 1 second test Amprun trying to play aggressive
but
better.
Skelly gets in through bottom right or bottom left like unseen.
That
Gets
was
onto
such a good
Squiddy and
bomb,
2
and
rockets in.
they managed to find cat base as well. We're gonna have to see how Destructive Criticism wants to
A
salvage
good
this.
bomb from Alan cleans up Monster, but it's just not worth it. These 1-for-1 trades at this point, it's not enough. So,
Yeah,
somebody kill
Kukuchu
Kukuchu,
trying to
thank you.
live, Bolt finishes him off, and that's a wipe from Red. Really great work from Skelly. He completely opened that up with the damage on the cat face and the pick on the Squiddy. Because now Nomi's gonna have full Uber out as they begin to cap up that midpoint. Just cat face and Squiddy alive right now. The rest of the team does come up. I think Kukuchu is gonna be the only one without forwards, so it's all in Alan's hands if he wants to get a force. Makabe is trying to set up some aggressive traps, but I don't know. It looks like Nomi is trying to push towards house right now. They might just want to bomb Amber, and let's keep some eyes on that. They're checking
It's
drop
looking
down
like
before
it.
they go.
Never want to try
forward.
and milk through the main door. There are no traps, so they could,
They
but
do use
not gonna
through.
risk it.
Yeah. The entirety of all the players end up flooding through, but no picks are exchanged. Really good kiting coming up for Destructive Criticism as now they're going to be coming up on their Uber very shortly. Catface desperately trying to build it so they can get Uber before the cap comes through. Really good spam onto the point from Macabeus as now Squiddy is at 97, 99, and he gets it. And maybe we'll see the exchange.
Ooh,
Yes,
and
he
they
does
use
use
it
on
to stop the
Catface.
point.
Really good use. I think he saved Catface's life, and he's going to be able to save the rest of his players.
And
They
not
made it-
Monster picks
oh,
up
no.
Catface. That's a really good pick, because, yeah, Skelly going down basically an even sack, but a scout pick is a lot bigger because it lets your aggression really step it up. Now they pick up, Dunker, and with
Macabeus,
no
oh,
scouts,
crazy
Monster
arrow
gets
on
juggled in
Macabeus.
and cleans up Macabeus. They can roll this to last with a fresh demo pick.
Yeah, it's really only the soldiers and Squiddy on last right now with a 7-second respawn time on Dunker and Macabeus. The soldiers are doing all they can. Really
but
great
Monster
entry
went in
pick.
by himself while the flank went
But-
through a different door,
oh.
but they trapped off point, but you can't trap off against a double soldier.
Yeah,
What?
it's not-
Well,
Macabeus, maybe? It's just those two. They have to fight
Oh, but
against the wall right
Skelly
now.
with the
Nomi's
bomb.
going for the head right now. Isn't able
that
to
was
get
so
it.
close.
Ah,
That was
my
so
gosh.
close. Whelp did so much. He got double bombed on point, dodged both of them, and he just juked Alan around the corner, killed him, and then cleaned up Kukuichu on the post. Like, oh, well, all right, well, really turning it up now. I guarantee you, if he didn't style on both those soldiers, they would have lost that last. This is a great movement from Whelp.
Yeah, love to see that as we are going to this next mid. Amberin getting the better of Macabeus. Macabeus getting forced all the way back into his valley. We did see an early bomb from Alan.
And Alan clean up.
But they
and
get
right to
traded,
start.
and Squiddy goes down as well. Skelly getting an easy bomb onto him, and it gets cleaned up by Macabeus Rex.
But now, yeah, Kronge has no
Macabeus
position.
getting so
They
deep
only
on
have
Nomi.
damage. But it
They-
doesn't. Oh, you gotta love having scouts in the post fight. Isn't
Oh,
that
yeah.
right? Scouts are just the great equalizer. No amount of positioning will
I do
let
want
you
to
outrun
say,
the scatter.
Nomi has been doing a really good job staying alive in almost every fight thus far. Every time Squiddy goes down early, Nomi plays his positioning so well, and his scouts just bunch up around him. And most of the time, people that are bombing him just can't get any damage onto him.
True, I'm almost getting like visions of Law Guy, the way that like whenever Kronge is losing a fight, it seems like Nomi almost always gets out. Like he's having a pretty good game.
Yeah, I think Nomi's playing incredibly well, and they're actually being very slow on this next push, and they have the heavy and the NG as Squiddy's already at 75%. He's going to be getting the Uber if Kronge doesn't take this fast. It looks like they want to take it in soon. They're going in far right as they come in, try and get on the gun. Gun's going to go down.
Okay, that's not
Okay,
bad.
but
the
Squiddy's
traps
already
are
at
still on
95.
point.
Squiddy's
Magnus
staying
is
in
forward
spawn
though,
right now.
but they
Oh,
don't kill him, and
Donovan,
it should
and the
just
Uber
fall
comes
apart here.
out. Yeah, Monsta isn't behind. He's not spotted out yet. He's hiding right
No,
now.
they know. They're looking. I
don't
think.
think-
Yeah, they're looking.
Yeah,
got
they
him.
catch him out, and Nomi ends up going down as well. But Skelly
oh my
gets it on the
god!
Squiddy, and
Ooh, Squiddy!
oh,
He's
Macabeus
so
with the
good.
sign. Squiddy barely living there, just a sliver of HP.
Man, if I could just see how hard Squiddy just like punched his A key just to get out of that rocket, I'm
Donovan's
sure.
on spy, by the way. He's going all the way to last right now, and his team is ready to stop the point. And I don't think anyone, but Alan's coming up. If Donovan goes for this
This
right
is
now,
so risky. Alan with a clean jump.
Oh,
What a clean jump from Alan. That was a. I
so
guarantee
good.
you, half the soldiers in Div 1 don't hit that jump.
I
That was
know.
a clean jump
that
from Alan to
was so
save that point.
slick. That was just like butter around those corners, slipping right on through to get onto the point, saving the round. Oh man, you love to see it.
Actually, I shouldn't say that because all the other soldiers probably would have just jumped to like the little window over point and that'd be easier. But that one was pretty cool. No. You know what? That was a good jump.
Yeah,
Anyways.
but Nomi did go down and Squiddy lived, so that's going to be Uberad coming in. If they want to push into their second point, we're going to have to see how they want to take this. They're just now gearing up, going towards that right lobby, getting ready to come out as Catface is trying to see what space he can make. Skelly's going to be caught out near the shutter, not going to have an opportunity to bomb on the point as they begin to get cap time. Squiddy ready to go forward with Catface, and
right
they're going
side.
straight in.
They are
Nomi's
all
caught
over
out.
right lobby.
Oh my gosh, but they end up dropping 3.
Alan goes straight for point instead of cleaning up Bulb, who was hurt. And it's just like that. That's the metalwork. That's what I really like to see on Metalworks, is that everybody pushes through left lobby. They leave like one player right, but you can just stack right lobby. And that's exactly what Kronge did, and they rolled that right to last. Let's see a little more of that.
Really exciting stuff, don't you think, Walrex? As we're coming into this next mid, Walrex.
Yeah,
we need your
Magnus
analysis.
and Amber, once again, at the same time, Magnus a little bit more hurt, but it's pretty even. But great spam from Kukuchu onto Amber and forces him back into Valley.
Huge bomb from Donovan right now, going all the way behind the
He's way
entirety
back,
of
opting just to distract. He's getting ignored right now.
Alan with a high bomb in return, but Maccabeus does go down. They managed to find Monster, but that's going to be about it for Alan's bomb.
Now,
Donovan's still
Kronge is
behind.
totally out. They
forward.
have to play with Donovan here. And that's exactly great coordination from Kronge. That was so good.
I think as soon as Alan went down there, they should have just backed up and dealt with Donovan, but hindsight 2020 as well as the fact I'm watching an SCB instead of playing.
Yeah, good on Dunker to pick up Amber there. That's going to slow down Kronge.
Solid, definitely very solid.
But yeah, it's Destructive Criticism had total control of the point. And they could have tried to lock them out. They only had one splash class, but that well-timed bomb from Donovan, just enough to make the scouts turn around, gave Kronge the ability to just bust in and clean up. Said, Skelly went for a really forward hiding spot, you know, just in case. But Destructive Criticism is not even trying to hold the second point. Pretty understandable. It's full dised. No sacks, no time for sacks.
Yeah, and we're just going to be seeing them gear up to push in the left. Squiddy is already at 60%, so we're going to have to see if he's able to get that Uber. We're seeing Kronge rotate. It looks like they want to go far left yet again. They go in, a few quick shots on the gun. They're going to take it down. However, Maccabeus did find Amber as they tried to go through that left elbow. However, Maccabeus is caught out deep. Donovan does go down to cap space, as now it's just a...
There's a lot of great damage here. Dunker is literally one. Whelp gets him, but Kukuchu is healthy and getting healed.
But it's a scout versus soldier. All he has to do is actually use
what a great serve! What was that serve?
Man, oh my gosh, that was clean.
Gone. And just like that, he's gone. That was a perfect serve.
Nomi is so good, dude. Clean movement to get out. And Nomi's going for the... Oh no, that's Squiddy. Whoops, I got my medics confused. As we are seeing actually 2 picks on the side of Destructive Criticism. Now it's up to Kronge as they try and push up.
They're gonna lose second for this, but like Naomi staying live there is gonna give them the rat to retake this. So they're just gonna have to build it out. We're gonna see a little bit of a slowdown. Both teams anticipating, you know, how are they gonna try and push this? But they know it's coming.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff we're seeing right now. Squiddy is holding kind of aggressively. I think he wants to try and get this as they're desperately trying to build up the Uber. We do see Kronge going in through houses they use through pretty aggressively, and now the rest of Destructive Criticism is running for their lives. Squiddy's sitting at 90%.
Donovan's going really far forward here. He's actually trying to see if he can cut somebody off, but he gets caught out by Kukuchu left side.
And it looks like they don't even get any cap time. However, Skelly gets in onto Squiddy and he gets the force.
That's good from Skelly. It's going to be a good salvage. Amberin did go down in the post, so this is looking like they're going to have to give up mid, unfortunately.
Yeah, Maccabeus ends up trading
but
with
Masa wanted to
well.
get Squiddy there, and that greed might just cost their combo their lives.
Oh, Nomi juking for his life.
This is
really
hilarious movement, but
wow.
yeah, he was never living there. Yeah, that was I think they went for an all or nothing play, and they didn't commit everything, so they got nothing. Really, like, you know, he's like, maybe I could kill Squiddy.
They have the round ad right now. I think that's a fair thing to go for there. We do see Bulb, however, coming up sniper. sitting
Conger's in really early, but yeah, he's just spotting things. They know second should be pretty free. Donovan was looking for something. He tried to get out and he dies. That was basically the sack. Now Conjure
good
can just be
attempt.
trying to hard build to even things out.
Bob is still
Maybe get a
aggressive
gun.
in lobby right now. He's actually. Or
This
no,
is
never mind.
awkward. He was
It's
on
not.
sniper instead
yeah.
of the gun, and without the gun being up, like the gun's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he is on fire though, so we're gonna see how much face he can deny. As it looks like Squiddy and Co want to take this left main. Nakabe is setting up for a demo bomb as they use through, and the bomb comes in. They're gonna get on the heavy pretty quickly, but the pyro's there to deny. Really
not
good
doing a
damage.
great
Everyone's
job.
going behind, but no one's getting finished off quite yet. Dunker ends up going down to Amber in an exchange, and now it's just the collapse coming in from Crown Drum. They're trying to clean up any picks they can, and they do manage to find
Alan's lit.
Nakabe.
He's looking for an arrow, but he doesn't get it. But
He gets the
Kukuchu
wrong
on
medic.
point,
He
gets
gets there from
bombed,
the wrong medic. No.
and now they should just be trying to get out. Cafes is like maybe looking to catch an overextender, but good air from Nomi's not going to let that happen. And they can definitely retake this point for free with no splash on destructive criticism to punish this door. Cafes is this. I'm seeing visions of Rio and Cafes right now. Just fucking, he's just walking back in, walking back out.
Yeah, Catface is a huge space maker right now. However, we do see Nomi with the Ubrat. Squiddy's a little overextended right now, I think.
Yeah,
He's
Magnus is
not
way
backing up.
overextended right now.
Ooh. They're
Okay.
not just not backing up. They do get the force, but they drop 3 in exchange. I'm not too sure about that as Kukukachu also goes down. It's just Catface and Squiddy.
Honestly,
The
that
spawn
was a-
timers are so long as well.
That was a generous use from Crown Drum too. I think Nomi definitely could have held that, but yeah, they're gonna get second for this. Likely, we've seen destructive criticism re-push this before, and with spawners right now, ×5, I think it's a little risky. They would definitely want to stop the point, and
Yeah.
Catface is leading it, and
They
they do
managed to
stop the
stop it.
point.
That's good, but Skelly's trying to get him behind. He gets cleaned up by Alan on the flank, and now they're just trying to get whatever else they can with the Uber.
And
Wolf
Bwelp
isn't below, and he
picks up
finds
Catface.
Catface. And he might actually find... No, he ends up getting cleaned up by Kukukachu, and Alan's now hiding. He gets an arrow, so it is revealed he's not going to commit to the spot anymore. It's 2 down on the side of Kronge, but they do have about 50% Uber somewhere in there. We're going to have to see how they want to take this, considering their spawners are just now coming up, as Whelp's still down for another 3 seconds.
Yeah, this
Right.
is gonna be it looks like a classic repush, probably through Valley this time. No, they're just gonna bust through House. It's been working good enough, and good enough is good enough from Crown Drum. I
Alan
think
ends up going behind. This is a really interesting play. He's going to be met with both the flankers, considering Whelp was a respawner, and Skelly was just hanging out on the flank, and he does end up going down. Squiddy currently sitting at 85%. They're not going to be able to get in time to block off the point, so now they're going to have to wait for Alan to respawn in order to repush. This is a really rough situation, all things considered. Nomi's going to be at about 50% by the time they manage to get their spawner and get into lobby.
Yeah, I like the way Crown Drum's thinking this. I think they're taking these sort of like leapfrog pushes into second with their Uberad because they know how hard it is to push out of Metalworks last. That like as long as they can get second, they can really punish destructive criticism for the retake.
Yeah,
And
it looks
yeah,
like they're just electing to go through
they
Shadow. However,
kill
Wolf goes
Catface to a
behind
trap,
him.
and
Wolf
Magnus
is
gets
totally
launched in
unseen.
the lobby.
Wolf's going for a back cap Walrex. He's totally unseen right now.
Oh my
Skelly
God.
going with them, destroying eyes.
Oh
Wolf's
my
gonna be
God.
uncontested. Alan trying to fight him, but it's a scout on point, and there's nothing he can do. That
was
is so good.
so-
That's the big danger in going through Shutter. You don't send anyone through lower ramp room. It's just kind of free for the flank scout to get in.
And just like that, that's the half. The half is the map. It's a 1-1. But the best thing is it's not looking like a 3 a.m. kind of game. It's looking like a 2 a.m. kind of game, but it's not looking like a 3 a.m. kind of game.
That's what you say, RX. But then we're going to Snakewater, and maybe
Oh,
this
we're
is
going
just
to
gonna be.
process.
Wait, we are?
We're going to process. A very interesting map because
That is
I
such
think
a stalemating map, Walrex. Oh my god.
it's an interesting map because I'd say it's like Krondrum's, if not their best map, their favorite map. But then they lost to Mofu March on it in a pretty close golden cap.
And it went
It's-
so long when they played Mofu March, Walter. Oh my god.
But let's slow down. Slow down. Jemond, what did you make of that Metalworks second half? That was definitely a lot faster, and I had to go as far to say a lot more dominant from Krondrum, even though there were 2 bad caps mixed in there. And some people don't call bad caps dominant, but
Come on.
hello, Jemond. You're muted. There he is.
Hello. I'm go first. I'm just gonna yell. I'm go first.
Oh, okay. I feel like what's his name? The Sinkarma team just fell off, man. They had their chance, they had something. Their pushes, and stuff happens. They just got flanked and shit. But to be honest,
Hans.
Warp
be
and
honest.
Monster, they were doing something on blades. They were like going around getting kills, really finishing it up, and really showing up. You know, who's the better scout?
I will say, especially compared to Gully Wash, I think Whelp was doing much better on Metalworks than he was doing on Gully Wash, and I think he was standing out from Dunker in the flank scout role. But yeah, Jemond, your thoughts?
Feeding. What's going on here, man? Honestly, just like same with man. The structured criticism just hella fell off for. I don't like. It seemed like DM was finna be consistent throughout the whole match, or at least, excuse me, the whole half. But after that second half, it's just Kronge just kept putting on the pressure, kept aggressing, and then Destructive just kind of slipped off real quick. People started overextending more. A lot of people were getting caught out more. Some people were just taking 1v1s and losing. It was no dubs. There was no dubs just being made. And facts of that, Cronjo just took that and was like, you know what? We're just gonna walk forward. We're gonna dub. We're gonna get it. And that's exactly what they did. And hopefully, with Process being as stalematy as it is, I hope we see some aggressive inspiration rather than perma stalemates, if anything.
True.
Man.
Process is a sort of the dichotomy itself, both ends of the spectrum. Maybe the most fun pug map. You can just push anywhere you want all the time. It's pretty wide open. But then when match time comes, you can really lock this down if you want to, especially on last. A lot of people have a problem with process last because then 5 doors. 5 doors? Dude, you can push through one of them, right? Wrong. No, you can't. You really can't. You just got to deal with the gun, the traps, and I think maybe the scariest part of process last is the post fight. If you go for an even exchange, it's just hard to win in the post fight. The spawn doors on high ground, and then right above them is like true high ground over the point. If one of these teams wants to get to last and say, we're gonna sit this out, they can probably get away with it. And I mean, I say this definitely thinking back to Mofu March versus Kronge, which was one of the slowest process matches I've ever watched. I think the first time Kronge got Mofu March to last, they sat there for about 8 minutes. So we'll see. We will see. I do expect a lot of sniper. For those of you maybe just joining, it is tied 1-1 going into the third map. Kronge Black versus Destructive Criticism.
I think this is really all reliant on if Kronge can keep up the aggression. They lose when they're playing passively and kind of scared, and they just can't let the nerves get to them, I think. They have to keep up the aggression and play what they're good at, otherwise they're kind of playing into what Destructive Criticism wants.
That too. I agree that they were kind of finding themselves in Metalworks in the sense that, the Kronge I've always known is they are back cap happy. If you push one door, they push the other. They really are in this revolving door meta. And, on Gully Wash, we saw a lot of respect. If they push one door, we just back up, don't get flanked. But in Metalworks, especially when they got control of Destructive Criticism second, they really made use of the fact that, you're going to push left, we're going to push right. You're going to push right, we're going to push left. You're going to go under, we're going to go over. Just like an open door is an opportunity. So, yeah, I really want to see more of that. And I will say Process is a map that lends itself to that. Like I said, you can either slow it all the way down if you really want to, or you can speed it up. You can choose to go through the doors. You can spin it around. You can keep things rolling if you want. It's just a question. Do the teams want to? I'm sure Kronge does. I'm not sure Destructive Criticism wants to. They, like I said, over these series, they've always kind of seemed to me as sort of the defensive team. I think most of the advantages Destructive Criticism has gotten has been through what you might call punishing or, salvaging. They've kind of been on the losing end or the defensive end, and they're just waiting for a trip up. They're waiting for somebody to eat a little too much damage, move a little too far forward, and then roll back. And, just off of that cold read, I kind of expect to bring for them to bring that into Process, kind of take it slow, and I don't think they're going to be trying any pushes unless Kronge just kind of poops the bet.
That is true.
I'd probably have to say the same way. Yeah, I don't like in terms of them being a heavily defensive team. They go kind of based off like who's gonna slip up, who's gonna make mistakes. That's kind of what they're doing. But like that can easily be. Oh my god, that can easily be punishable, especially on process. They can't be they can't be just a strong defensive team the whole entire time. And if we see that a majority of the game, then we're definitely going to see some punishment from Kronge in any way, shape, or form.
I will say, it'd be a shame to see destructive criticism go out this way, playing their lower bracket finals with 2 subs. It's a little unorthodox. You hate to see it.
I mean, to be fair,
To be
2
fair,
invite subs, Project Catface, RGL admin from fucking Advanced.
okay.
You
I'm
sounded
just
a little
saying-
scared of the RGL admin.
I'm just saying, I might be a bit mad that
Fear?
he told me, hey, Catfish cannot play Advanced this season, haha, and now he's playing on playoffs.
Okay.
Well, you got pranked then.
Is that
I'm
fear,
just- I'm just saying, that's a bit
What you're
sus,
saying is fear. Fear.
It's not really fear, it's just I'm speaking the truth.
Nah, that do be facts. So.
Yeah,
Oh, and as I see Nomi writes in-game chat, my eyes are starting to hurt. I guess this is a good time to bring up the
mental
ever-present,
exhaustion
the
factor.
gamer fatigue that is TF2 playoffs.
Unfortunately, we can't to Sinkarma and just say he's a robot, he doesn't get tired, because Sinkarma's not here.
That's so facts.
I don't know, though. I think, Walrex, you know the Kronge boys well. What do you think? Are they going to be getting tired anytime soon?
Well, yeah. I think in terms of tiredness, I think tiredness is going to translate to impatience. I think they are going to start taking fights that maybe if they were a little sharper and a little bit more awake, they'd say, "No, that's a losing fight. I'll get out." And they're going to say, well, I think I can win this. I can definitely see, and it's dangerous when you play an aggressive playstyle. You got to be disciplined and know, when too far is too far. And if you're a little sleepy, if you're, asleep at the wheel, it's very easy to overstep how aggressive you are and start chain feeding. So, yeah, as far as gamer fatigue factor goes, I think it benefits destructive criticism. I think they can play in the sleep mode a little better in Kronge on Black. And, there's always the, once again, Sinkarma's not here to make the 200 hours per 2 weeks joke, but I will say that the players that play the most will likely thrive in this environment.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we're probably going to be getting some caster fatigue setting in here soon, but as I say that, we're actually already wrapping it up. And
Let's spin it off. Let's go.
all right, Walrex, you want this one?
I always want this one. The demos get to me, but on process, I don't really care about the demos. I care about the fast bombs and what the demos can do about the fast bombs. As we say that, Skelly's in fast, onto Macbeth. Not much damage, but he doesn't die. It looks like it's gonna sort of reset, then even process mid. But Kronge is definitely taking some aggression here.
Donovan getting all the way onto Squiddy, but Squiddy getting a clean surf onto the rock. And so much damage to exchange in the corner. Kronge dilly-dallying in probably the worst spot. However, manages to get one clean shot onto Squiddy.
He gets Macbeth, he gets Squiddy. That was a great salvage,
Good salvage,
from
yeah.
Yeah, that mid Kronge on Black was, once again, they were just leading on Skelly, and Skelly was eating a lot of damage. He's taking more damage than he was dealing. Nomi rotated over to kind of heal him and compensate, and they ended up getting punished on the bomb. Bomb Skelly because he's weak, bomb Nomi because he's the medic. It was basically, I think if Skelly can hit his fast bombs, those mids will go a lot cleaner. But yeah, they got punished on the rotate, and Whelp salvaged it so they can hold on to second. We will say, process second is not the dreaded part of process that slows to a stalemate. It can be slow, and if one of the teams goes sniper, it can get really slow, but it's not as bad.
Nomi does have
as
Uber
last.
out, though. Keep that in mind.
True, he
he
did
spawn,
die.
yeah.
Well, he died earlier, spawned
Yeah,
earlier.
mhm.
But
So he does have
don't
20
think they're gonna
ad, but
push.
yeah,
Don't
they're
think they're gonna push.
Nomi playing pretty safely here. Kind of interesting. I think 20 ad is one of those ads you kind of want to see if you can get some space on mid, maybe end up exchanging, but they elect not to do so. Fair enough. It's
Yeah, and we do see Donovan is already on the backups battalion, so
I feel like this is probably going to be working worse on process into mid, just because it's so much more open, don't you think?
Allen with the sack through Al Qaeda. Yeah, you know, it's just textbook.
Scully's
Didn't
getting
even-
in really deep in IT right now, but he gets mulched the second he tries to go for that jump by the scouts. Not able to get much done, as now we're going to have to see if Kukukuchu wants to go for the sack himself. He's getting buffed right now near the choke. Just kind of peeking right now as he doesn't want to go for it.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
going to be some weird gameplay choices coming out from Donovan because he's going to be trying to play really forward and aggressive to get damage for his backpack, but that could result in him not feeding, but just not supporting his team. You know, that could be punished with a double sack, perhaps. And also, as long as Donovan has this backpack, we can expect Krondrom's not looking to do any fancy counter sack. They're just going to try and send
Criticism's
Skelly.
pushing really deep into IT as they try to make space for Allen, but he ends up going down to Skelly instead. That's going to be the set coming up for Destructive Criticism, as now we're going to have to see what Krondrom is able to make work. Donovan actually going through IT. It looks like he wants to take the exchange. They end up using through. Squiddy not having to use quite yet, but he does end up forcing. About at the same time, he's probably going to have to get a few flashes, and is now we're going to see the banner come in for Donovan. As they're just taking space and choke before they actually have to use the banner. It looks like they're slowing down a bit, not wanting to pop it quite yet. Scully seeing what he can get done in sewer. Everyone just
Macbeth is
exchanging.
close. He's
Oh, he doesn't actually have the banner yet, that's
Donovan,
why.
yeah, Donovan doesn't have the banner, and Macbeth didn't actually give up choke, so
Yeah, it looks like maybe he was trying to take the Uber exchange to hope he can get it, but Squiddy popping early enough to prevent any damage coming off from Donovan. As he's now sitting near the choke, eating a lot of damage from Maccabeus, gets the bow from Nomi and manages to jump out. As he's still trying to build that banner, I think. He has it now, okay.
So this will be.
Pops the banner, and
they're
it's gonna
trying
be
to
a
go
dry
before
fight.
Squiddy gets Uber. It's gonna be close. Both meds are very close to getting Uber
Yeah,
here.
and they
But
managed
he
to
gets
slap
Maccabeus
onto Maccabeus.
immediately.
And Skelly gets all the way onto Squiddy. Squiddy hitting a clean surf out through choke, barely living. Good movement from him as they now, all of Destructive Criticism is going to have to continue giving up. They are going to be coming up on the Uber very shortly, though. And Skelly did go down. Maccabeus coming up in 2 seconds. They should want to take the exchange here.
And they deny Maccabeus, so the exchange is an option, but they are technically 5v6 here, so it's not cut and dry. But they're in, yes.
Yeah,
Nomi
Nomi's
is
in really deep, yeah.
Amberin is deep, and
As
they
the
use on the
exchange
stairs.
comes in, Squiddy
even
going down
use-
to 20% before exchanging. They're taking Catface deep right now, forcing as many flashes as they can. Catface trying to get as much damage as he can. He manages to take spaces by doing that. Maccabeus finally showing up, able to put stickies down and prevent any more aggression coming in from the Krondrome.
And just like that, we're back to. You know, I'm interested in this sort of algorithm that Krondrom was trying out here. They are treating Donovan as almost a second medic, a second Uber charge. Yeah, it's a. You know, I like it. And I will say, I don't think this necessarily plays to Krondrom's strengths. I think they're more of just a go in off of damage, not off of like we have a backpack kind of team, but. I think it does match up well against Destructive Criticism. If Destructive Criticism wants to play it slow, they want to wait for like a big crumble, then, you know, Krondrom's going to get more out of this slow game just because of this backpack being in the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think Destructive Criticism is playing well around it. I think they either need to commit to collapsing or wait it out, but they're not really doing either. It looks like Maccabeus wants to stay forward and continue denying, but the rest of his team ends up backing up. It might have been an Uber call there. Maybe Squiddy thought he was at disad. We just don't know. As Donovan and Nomi are again peeking deep in Al Qaeda, trying to get some spam damage as Skelly does come in. He bombs around this fire right now, trying to get one rocket onto Squiddy. One good
Close.
rocket, actually. Pretty close, yeah. But nothing else really comes of it. As we do see Allen trying to come in for the counters, that just gets ultra denied by both Whelp and Monster. As we're now evening out yet again. Gonna have to see if something wants to happen. I doubt Donovan's going to want to go for the sack here, considering he's running the banner. Still just trying to get spam damage on whatever he can. Not able to get too much done, I don't think. Besides, I think this is again going to be a harder point to exchange into. You have so much ground you have to cover coming in from either IT or choke that can be easily denied by spam classes, so...
I would say, yeah, if they were going to go for an exchange, I think going through choke would be the fool's choice. Al Qaeda is sometimes an option because.
Yeah, I think Al Qaeda would be their best bet.
But as we say that, they have Whelp snipers, so they're not going to resort to the exchange into banner theory
Yeah,
yet.
Squiddy was sitting in silent, but I think Whelp missed as now Squiddy is ducking behind point as the sniper shot did ring out, alerting him to the fact that there's a sniper in play now.
And I will say that this angle that Whelp is on, the sniper and sewers, this is terrifying because you really can't do anything about it without committing a soldier through choke. And if you commit a soldier through choke and he dies, you get pushed. So yeah, destructive criticism has got to be feeling a ton of pressure right now.
Yeah,
That's-
Alan actually gets in pretty deep on the flank and manages to get a lot of damage off onto Monster. In the meantime, Skelly did go down, and
Oh.
Kukukuchu gets traded.
Destroyed right out of the air. I will say, you know, I think, yeah, once again, Krondrum's not trying to play the soul game. I think they could have sat in sewer for basically eternity, but they went for the sack. They're trying to keep things a little speedy.
Yeah, I do want to say this is one of the rougher things that could be happening right now. I think one of the ways you counter sniper is by taking an aggressive exchange into the combo of the team with the sniper, but I think that would just be playing into Kronge's hands, especially considering
Yeah, they
Donovan is
have
still
that
on that
post-Uber
backpack.
backpack.
Yeah.
It
And that combined
definitely
with the sniper is
mixing
going to make
things
it
up.
sniper just that more durable. Again, we're still just playing so Kukuchu trying to get a high bomb into the choke and then deny that soldier aggression. He's been getting piped, I think, as he rockets towards the ground and almost loses his life, but not quite, going down to about 75 HP before he jumps out and gets bowed by Squiddy. As we do see again, well, peeking from that sewer angle, trying to see what he can get done, but Squiddy is not going to be peeking that, playing extremely passive behind the point.
Yeah, this is a real test of your soldiers.
Maccabeus gets
As I
air piped
say,
by
oh my
Ambrose!
god, Magnus is down. This initiates the push. Yeah, they walk in on Monster Deep. It's a solo exchange, and Squiddy pops first,
And
and
they
they
end
pick
up dropping
Kukukuchu.
Kukuchu, Ambrose taking a lot of damage in the
And-
meantime.
Yeah, Skelly
Alan's
wins a
probably gonna
1v1 in the
do that.
flank to get Dunker. This could easily roll to last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
they pick up.
Yeah, Squiddy and Caprice managed to escape, however, they still have to contend with the sniper, and the fact that Donovan is still on the backpack, I think? No, he's
Yeah,
not.
this
Or-
backpack
yeah, he is
should
well.
be in. Oh,
He's
he's
at
not charged
85,
yet.
but-
Shouldn't matter.
Yeah, the longer that this fight goes on, the better it's going to be for Donovan and Chris Skelly, trying to bomb and get damage on both Squiddy and Maccabeus, but ends up losing his life. However, Amber manages to finish off Squiddy, following up on Donovan's damage with a clean
Donovan
sticky with
goes
a
down to
Skelly's damage.
cafes before he gets the backpack. So
And Kronge does lose 3 in the meantime. They still have the blow up sniper, but that's not going to provide much protection for Nomi as Cafe begins to push deep into choke. Maccabeus gets the 59 by Amber, losing a lot of his health. However, the fact is Nomi lived, and they're gonna have Uberad. Maccabeus living is great there, but he has to get a pack as Squiddy is just now spawning, and looks like Maccabeus just wants to go back to spawn. As they end up
they
using
used
their
through
choke
and there's
on
nobody
nothing.
there.
There was no
But they
players.
still get
Wait,
both soldiers?
wait,
It's so
how?
bizarre. This is so strange that, oh my god, I don't think, oh man, that's
What?
the gamer fatigue. Both teams are a little sleepy that time. And yeah, they roll this right into last, cap pressure, Macbus ready to die, Cafe's 1 health. That was some serious
What?
gamer fatigue from Krondrum just popping in through choke because nobody spotted second, there was nobody there. But Kukukuchu and Alan were both like sitting in front of rollout on like okay health because
Yeah,
I guess they
I-
were trying to time a sack.
Yeah,
They
but
had no
then-
idea.
I mean, fair enough. I don't think anyone expected Nomi and crew to just use through there. Either way, rolling out to the second mid. Both soldiers doing the fast roll. Alan actually counter fast rolling out Skelly, interestingly enough. Skelly's pretty hurt now, but he does end up picking up the pack on their side. Alan trying to escape as Squiddy
Ooh,
does get
good
bombed.
bomb onto Squiddy.
Oh my
He
gosh,
doesn't commit to it.
crazy arrow! I think that hit Alan. No, that was actually Kukukuchu that was bombing in there. I thought that was an air shot onto Alan. I
this
got really
is
excited.
looking
Nomi
like a
really
loss
hurt in the
for Kronge.
corner as Catface loses his medic, and Squiddy does go down in the process. Both medics going down. It's only Whelp, and that's going to be a mid win for destructive criticism.
I will say once again, Bob doing a good job of sort of salvaging these mids by picking up Squiddy. Skelly's having a tough time these mids. Maccabeus is playing really far back. He's not making it free. And then it was a good bomb onto Squiddy halfway through, but he just couldn't get the damage out. Now he's looking for a sack, but
Yeah, Alan
But
just ends up
there's-
finding him in exchange, but Alan might go down to Monster here. Good movement coming out from to prolong his life as much as possible.
But
Kukukuchu
no
ends up finding
soldiers?
Donovan. Wow,
this
that's
is
really
a
good.
spooky fight for Krondrum. They need to keep all eyes.
Yeah, both scouts
But
are in
ooh.
for destructive criticism, and we do see Kukukuchu getting a really good bomb
This
into
is
center.
going
Maccabeus
right to
able to clean
left.
up, and Monster goes down as well. Nobody's the only person up. He should be able to get back to spawn, not being pursued super hard, but Maccabeus is going to be
Yeah,
able
he
to
goes
chop
to
off the
heavy.
spawn.
He knows that like there's nothing he can do on medic in this situation. But
Yeah.
yeah, Krondrum got hard punished for what was essentially just a sloppy second retake. Skelly going through lower and getting headshot rocketed. Donovan
Yeah.
bleeding up on
After
IT.
so
And
much
they already
time
had second.
stalemating too. We just saw a quick mid win and then convert that into punishing the mistakes of Kronge as we again arrive to mid. It looks like Umbrin's just trying to sticky out Maccabeus, wasn't able to do so. Skelly did not roll out fast this time, instead electing to go on his own side, as we're now going to be seeing Kronge Realm rotate onto their left. Squiddy and Maccabeus are trying to meet them with the help of Catface. Catface trying to pick off Donovan, but Donovan jumps back to the safety of his team. Skelly and Whelp actually go all the way into sewer. Donovan going down as well as Monza. This is looking really good for destructive criticism.
Ooh,
However,
great
Skelly
damage from Skelly. Skelly's putting out so much pressure on the combo right now.
Yeah.
He just needs a little support. He gets Squiddy by himself. Wow.
Wow, okay, now
but
Catface has to punch the Demo and Medic.
Mid-range, and this is winnable. But I think he doesn't want to die.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think he wants to make sure he's just taking it so slow right now, and he managed to get up.
Amber doesn't. That is trap. Amber.
And that's going to be Nomi. Nomi leaving at a really opportune time, able to preserve his life, as now it's just Alan and Catface on mid. They did deny the mid cap just for now, and they're going to have to be backing up as the spawners come in for Kronge Realm.
Man, Ambrun had the trap on his own tag ready for Catface, but he just doesn't commit to it. And yeah, this is going to be a refight from...
They end up getting the force, Skelly and Monster running for it. They managed to get a good bit of damage on the Maccabeus. They're trying to finish off the pick, and they managed to do so.
But Monster's caught forward post.
Yeah,
It's a good live. And 3 picks, and the main thing is Kronge already has mid, so they can't commit all 4 into this 4v3 on second.
Yeah, the Destructive Criticism has to be careful here. Just a single demo bomb is going to lock them out, as they don't really have the manpower to fight it.
Ooh, good rocket from Donovan. Launches Kukuchu, but he gets out alive.
That's 7 health. Oh my gosh, it's crazy that he lived here. Squiddy's going to be coming in on Uber soon, as they're now able to push Kronge successfully out of second. Now it's going to be a pretty big Uber out push for Destructive Criticism. Exciting to see what they're going to do, as they do rotate through IT. Maccabeus and Catface leading the charge. They use through, but the entirety of Kronge already really passive. I don't think they're going to be able to catch anyone. Wolf did overextend a smidge, trying to catch up Maccabeus, but he wasn't able to do so. However, the team meets him in choke, and Wolf does live, it looks like. No picks coming in for Destructive Criticism. Very unfortunate to see, as Nomi will soon be coming up on his own Uber, and now it's up to Kronge to push with the same Uber as that Squiddy just had.
Try and milk this. It's the main thing. How do they kind of bait out these soldiers and try and get this for free? Alan does die trying to leave, and with no roamer to force. And
yeah,
with
Kukuchu only about 100. It's gonna be pretty rough.
Pick, they roll it forward.
Yeah,
no
Donovan and Nomi are all going in through sewer right now. Very aggressive. Squiddy only at 70% as they begin to get in through Al-Qaeda. Donovan with the good aggression, as well as Skelly and Ambrun. All 3 players bombing forward.
But Ambrun bleeding forward.
Oh, Squiddy's going to be coming up on Uber soon. However, Kukuchu does go down. They just have to prolong this fight long enough, as Nomi does end up using. I think he saw Squiddy didn't have yet and wanted to pop the Uber early. We're now seeing both Squiddy and Maccabeus use...
Once again, Masa caught in the post, but Nomi is getting out, and Masa delays them a little bit. With both soldiers forward, they can try and stuff this. This is great stuff from Skelly right now. Dunker walks through and kills Donovan on, like, what was that? He had 18 health?
18, yeah, but he ends up getting traded by Bwelp, and we're actually seeing a lot of pressure coming in from Bwelp on the last point. He ends up exchanging his life for it.
I think that was a good trade. The pressure on last is going to buy his team some time to set up some traps. But Ambrun picked the wrong door. He picked rollout, and Destructive Criticism goes through 1. Now that he's separated from his medic.
He's spotted out, I think, by Kukuchu, yeah, as he's meeting both Dunker and Kukuchu
this is
on last. But
so
Nomi,
good. He gets Squiddy
and Maccabeus.
Oh my god, that was so good from like a medic pick aside. That was once again enough for like Kronge is holding second, not even off of position, like just off the threat of winning the round. And with all these picks, looking to clean it up.
2 players alive with a combined about very low HP. We do see Maccabeus and Squiddy coming in.
Ooh,
what the heck?
Great movement from both Kukuchu and Catface. They were both at like under 100 health, but they couldn't be touched, and they just slowly win that out.
Kukuchu is playing a different game right now. The man that's insane. Like, Catface, I can get, scout movement, pretty insane stuff, but Kukuchu, Monster goes
once again, Monster's at last. Alright,
yeah,
that one, come on. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, you don't gotta go to last every time.
Oh my gosh, just Kukuchu, man, that's blowing my mind right now.
Now, let's see, gamer fatigue, do they know they have ad? Yeah, okay, it looks like Amber's trying to, he's thinking about bombing in.
Donovan wants to get through, but they're all just spamming right now. Do they know they have that?
I think they don't. I think they must
lost
track.
Sniper, so I guess not. Yeah.
This is the gamer fatigue in action. 50% Uber ad. Lost. 24 seconds out the window.
Yeah, we only have about 14 minutes left in this half, and we're gonna have to see what Monster's gonna be able to come through with on Sniper. Monster's currently just playing really passively, taking the long angle into choke from his own crate on mid. Pretty crazy angle, I think, as Dunker and Catface kind of both are in this sideline. Maybe Maccabeus, but I'm not too sure about that one. Either way, It's all just a waiting game until someone manages to get aggressive and get a pick.
All right, back on the sniper. I mean, he has the choke sight line. Destructive Criticism's not giving it to him. I'd just like to see them take it sewer, which is what they're doing now, because this is really
Wait,
the,
look at Squiddy's
the
positioning.
backbreaker.
This is really...
That's dangerous. I mean, they do have 2 players forward in IT, so he's not risked from there, but yeah, a bomb through
A
Skelly.
bomb through choke. That's all it's gonna take. A single bomb through choke and Squiddy's forest. I really don't like this position.
Yeah,
Maccabeus
now he's
high
spotted.
in the air,
Squiddy
and he
is
actually
spotted, and they get
craters.
Maccabeus. Squiddy needs to get out of there.
And
This position is no longer good
The
at
longer
all.
he's there, the worse it is, especially
I
because he can
think
easily be
he
spammed.
just
loses
drops
his scout.
Catface.
And
Oh
he uses himself because he doesn't want to drop to the sniper. He
He's so
tries to out-
tired. I guarantee you, this man
Oh.
is so sleepy right now. Because that was a serious. Did you see like Cafe's died, and then there's like a full 2 seconds, and then he uses like, wait, what?
I think it's not because of the reaction time. He didn't react to cat face like that. It was because he didn't want to drop to the sniper. He had to peek the sideline to get out.
I don't know. That was it's a difficult one, and I'm gonna sort of like redact my criticism. Like I think it was clear at some point that he was holding that position to go for an exchange as they came in forward. But yeah, losing Cafe's sort of took that out of the situation.
I don't think that was a good position to be if you wanted to take the exchange anyway. You're in such a tight corner, and he was there for so long. If he was gonna take the exchange, they would have
Well,
been
it kind of
sooner.
like, well, it kind of got to the point where after they lost Maccabeus, I think leaving would have been the wrong choice. So he's trying to hold it for the exchange. But yeah, like I think he expected to go down to 50 health and have to use. He wasn't expecting Catface to just die. Anyways,
Yeah,
back to mid,
enough of
and
that.
Kelly having a bit of a stronger mid this time.
Yeah,
a little bit more
Maccabeus
pressure
getting a
on Mac.
lot of damage. Finally gets an arrow from Squiddy to save his life, as now we're seeing the aggression from Kronge. Donovan getting a few really good jumps as the entirety of Destructive Criticism actually rotates all the way around towards the blue
And
sewer.
Skelly's already on Squiddy.
Yeah, really good rockets, but he isn't able to finish up before Catface finds him. Alan is going down in exchange with it. It's just Alan. Cameron's sitting only at 80 health. He finally gets the bow from his Netic Nomi, as we do have to see the counter aggression. We see Donovan bombing for, but gets ultra denied by Catface, who pushes him all the way back out into choke, as it's now 3 people on the side of Kronge, as
And
Amber
goes
ends
down.
up going down.
You want to get Uber here. You want to get
Yeah,
Uber
they're
here and use
backing
it to
up,
get out.
desperately trying to get Uber. This is a really good play from them, as now they're going to be re-aggressing, while coming in with the Uber from Squiddy, as now we're going to have to see what they can get done. No damage quite yet. Skelly milking it.
They
milking
melted
as long as
pretty
time.
deep. Like this is a pretty decent exchange.
Yeah,
And
that
those
was
spawners
really
in
solid.
choke. Oh my Catface. And Dunker on point. They clean up the players that second. I think this is gonna be a
going
round.
down as well. That was about as like they did do their best there. Maybe they could have lagged behind a little bit more. I'm
Well, it
not too
wasn't
sure,
the
but
Uber was good, but the issue is that Kronge had their spawners on second, and they just got caught in the Uber. Like Kronge uses Uber, forces Destructive Criticism, but then Destructive Criticism just takes the Uber through choke and kills people just standing right there. Like the Kronge spawners were not ready to like have to deal with an Uber in that situation. They had to be. They had to be ready to either get flashed or get up. Anyways.
yeah, I agree. I think that was a bit of a misplay from Kronge, and unfortunately, not much could be done. As we do see Skelly getting onto Maccabeus really early. Maccabeus
A little
snaps
bit
back
more
into his
aggressive
own
this time.
choke, and Skelly ends up
Kukukachu
getting cleaned
gets
up.
on.
Yeah, Kukukachu says no, not today, as Skelly goes down, and now they do have a bit of player out, but the entirety of
yeah,
Kronge is
Alan's
walking
out,
deep onto
so
their
this
pack.
is an
Donovan's gonna
opportunity.
get cleaned up too. Both soldiers
But that's
down for
it. They
Destructive
should be
Criticism.
getting out now. Down 2 with no positioning advantage. They're running for it. Whelp gets caught in. Amber gets caught. Oh no, that was Masa. Masa gets caught in, and so does Amber.
Amber does get caught out, yeah. Yes, as we see Kukukachu bombing in deep, and both Maccabeus and Kukukachu getting cleaned up by Skelly and Whelp respectively.
Whelp
As now
is doing
we're seeing
a pretty
Whelp
good
yeah.
job.
Alan's still
Oh my
alive
God,
as
that-
well.
Whelp. He actually picks Alan.
Oh,
Whelp got a
no,
lot.
Alan. Yeah,
Whelp got a lot with a little there.
Alan dropping in the Lamal in chat, but man, Whelp.
Alan.
Lamalin. Oh man, Whelp's roof, it's been kind of absurd, as we do see the exchange coming in on second. Nomi milking for a really long time before the force finally comes out. Catface rather, trying to force a few flashes, and he manages to do so, as now Squiddy and Catface are trying to escape. Squiddy with a really clean surf and bow onto Maccabeus
But
as he
Alan
escapes.
threw up her IT unseen, but he can't read Monster's movement. That's so sad. He goes for the bomb, and Monster just kind of breaks his ankles, and he ends up dying for it.
It's now just going to be on Squiddy and Maccabeus to escape. Squiddy trying to meet up with the scout desperately as Amber bombs
so far
forward.
forward.
Oh,
He gets
crazy
piped
vibes
in
from
the
Maccabeus.
shot.
Maccabeus
Wow.
saying poggers in chat. Oh no.
Poggers in
Amber's
chat.
livid right now. I can just.
No.
Oh.
That's awful. Oh, the worst part is, Krondom's got to be chewing him out so hard for that. But you can't play around it. That was
Yeah.
great DM from Destructive Criticism, just punishing that aggression.
Right on, as we do see Destructive Criticism trying to push in. They do have a bit of Uber out here. I'm not too sure if they know this. They're playing pretty aggressively in choke as Amber does go down again to Cuckoo this time. Donovan's trying to bomb Kronge, get any damage he can, but they're all feeding. Squiddy ends up forcing to save his players. Nomi's all alone in Shutter. They're not going to be getting much with the Uber.
Oh, but they're at 90%. This can be saved yet. Amber's coming up in 2.
Cafe and Squiddy trying to get aggressive. They just want to get the force onto Nomi right now.
And it
Nomi
is an
does
early
force.
But these soldiers are really deep. Alan manages to get out. But they pick up Macbeth. And Macbeth is big because now they can actually push out with numbers despite the Uber decide. And if they can get out, it's going to alleviate a lot of their troubles. A great pipe from Amber just splits the scouts across the point.
But he might be a little overextended here. He's trying to leave. Nah, he's able to get out. He does have a bit of ad now because of how late Nomi did end up using. And we're just going to have to see if they want to push off of it. The scoreline is still even and with 7.5 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, Kronge they just dug themselves out of a big hold.
Yeah.
A big hole too. Yeah, that was a good Uber and a good retake of second.
I do want to say to walrex, we do see the combo from Destructive Criticism moving towards IT. Maccabeus and Cafe both gearing up towards lower as Squiddy does pop through. Amber is caught in and alongside, I believe that's, well, they should be able to finish off those couple of frags. 2 picks right there. Those are both really solid picks. It's going to totally hurt the repush coming in from Kronge Realm as Whelp does have about a 20-second respawn time. Well, Amber's going to be up in about 7 seconds. This is really good. It's going to give him a bit of time to build. In fact, they're actually already pushing into last off of it. Squiddy has to live here, and they managed to get the force off of it. Cuckoo and deep behind. I don't know if he's spotted yet. Just kind of vibing up top as the rest of his team tries to put pressure in lobby.
He looks like he's going to get cleaned up. Can't do.
Yeah, wait!
He gets out one? If he gets out one, the door's closed, he's out. Saving Private Cuckoo. He got out.
Player in the game. I'm telling you, man, this guy is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And that is really huge because if he goes down late there, this makes this push out from Kronge like doable. Now they're just opting to.
Yeah, and they're at about 40 disad because Squiddy did live, and now we're gonna have to see how they want to push him with that. They're waiting for Maccabeus Rex to get there, and it looks like they're just gonna be using 3-4s. Nomi and crew are building up top, but no one's able to create point. We have to get point pressure right now. Cafe standing on the corner. He gets flashed, denies the point cap as Skelly or Nomi does.
They're at 99. They get it. They want to go forward now. He catches Donovan with the Uber.
Yeah, Squiddy and Cafe's running. Donovan trying to see what he can catch out. Looks like they're gonna be able to find both Cuckoo and Maccabeus Rex. I believe there was a bit of forward pressure. Donovan jumping forward, trying to find.
Yeah, he cuts them
Squiddy,
off.
but...
Great bomb from Donovan. This is a big advantage he just gave his team by cutting off the combo there. Also, I'll give it to Ambrun there. Like the whole reason that Destructive Criticism couldn't close out that round is that Ambrun left traps on point, and he was not letting those traps dead. So good on Ambrun for locking that down. Good aggression from Kronge, and now they roll into mid off of numbers, and they're gonna take it once again for free. They just want to clear the flanks, do a lot of damage. But there was a trap on the pack in front of IT.
Yes, Skelly goes down. I think Maccabeus baited him pretty hard there. I want to say Maccabeus was in IT for a hot minute before finding...
Quite the brain on that lad.
Either way, we do see Nomi coming up on his Uber. Squiddy only sitting at about 50%. Squiddy pretty aggressive right now, and he might actually get caught up by the bomb now.
But Ambrun...
But wait, they dropped 2? Maccabeus finding
this is not cash money.
This is not poggers.
This is not poggers. This is not poggers. Wait, this is kind of poggers. What the fuck is Whelp and Monster doing?
Wait.
What the fuck is this?
Squiddy trying to juke and dodge for his life as finally Monster comes in.
Poggers. Okay.
Okay, enough of that, walrex. I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're gonna kick me out of the cast for that. But anyways, to get back to some intelligent human talk for a second. Terrible Uber from Kronge, losing both their pocket soldier and demo, but then just raw DM from the Kronge scouts. Monster and Whelp bring that push back from the depths of absolute shit is what it was. Those scouts carried that push. Great, absolutely great mechanics from the Kronge scouts. Anyway, big thing there is even though they barely won that push, Nomi stayed alive and they have added the push into last. So we have the dreaded process last push. Kill the gun, trap out the spawns.
Yeah, we do see the Uber come in pretty hot. They're trying to get sticky top point, doing a really good job of it, and they're just getting aggressive. However, they don't find any picks. I believe they only got the gun in that Uber, as Donovan and Whelp both go down, and I think that's going to be all she wrote for the Uber. Monster does try and get on the point, however, he's not going to be able to do much as he ends up going down near the red spawn. Not finding the pick on the Maccabeus, it's only Skelly up top as he drops down. gets one rocket onto Maccabeus, but not able to finish it. It's now just Amber and Nomi as they escape through choke. Amber having a couple traps. I don't know if they're gonna pick anything. No, it doesn't look like it. Catface clears them out, as we do see the rest of the red team getting in.
Oh, but Whelp on the spy with Monster and forwards. This is a really good combo because they already expect the sniper and forward. Wait, never mind. He just goes for this. He's on the dead ringer. Whelp, this is Div 1 playoffs. Get off that fucking watch.
Yeah, we do actually see Maccabeus bombing him, but Donovan body blocked him.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Whelp.
We still do see the Whelp spy, actually. I don't see where he is quite. He's actually in his own sewer, just kind of chilling there right now. Yeah, and it's gonna be Uber ad for Nomi, and Squiddy sitting at 30%. Okay, yeah, they know he's on spy. Cool,
Oh,
cool,
he
cool.
just backstabbed their scout and
I mean,
well,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, he dead ringered, but like, yeah,
He's
nobody's really
behind
gonna fall
Squiddy
for
right
that.
now, dude. Wait, Squiddy! Okay, that's gonna be
Okay.
a heart attack. Okay.
Ooh.
Nomi actually does force and choke. I think he got forced by Big Cuckoo Kachu. I'm not too sure what happened, but they didn't actually get into mid at all with that Uber. Now, Squiddy's sitting at 60%. We're gonna see the push coming from
they are
Kronge,
pushing
as
off
they
the
do
numbers
have
here.
2 picks, yeah.
If they capture the point, which is what they want to do, they can force a leapfrog, and that's great for them. But destructive criticism has been really good this series about refighting before the other team gets the point. That said, it looks like it's not quite in the cards this time, as they're just getting 90% as Control caps.
And now they're just gonna be coming through choke right now. We're gonna have to be watching Skelly. He does get through onto
It's a
Squiddy and gets a
classic
nice
force.
force. Yeah,
He
it would have
almost
like.
lose.
Yeah, we do actually see Whelp still on the sniper. You know, just kind of hanging out on his own second. He was hoping he would have been able to get the mad pick if Squiddy didn't force, but Skelly getting the force there kind of mitigates that, and it's probably going to be a bit harder to push with the sniper
Yeah,
unless.
no, he's going back to spawn. He knows that he's kind of throwing because there
Genius
is
Whelp.
a minute and 40 seconds on the clock with full ad for Cronge. I said Allen's upper IT with nobody did it to cast. Oh, but Monster
mean,
just rolls him from low
I
ground
think-
anyways.
I think he got contested, yeah. as,
Yeah, he's. But okay,
Cast
they
his
used
curse.
through the door. Close to dropping.
Yeah,
through.
Ambrin bombs through. They might find a pick onto Kukukachu. Kukukachu just jumping away for his life, manages to live, gets an arrow from his medic. Donovan sitting in sewer. I think he's just kind of chilling there. No one. Okay, they have to clear sewer. Donovan peeked Al Qaeda. They had to have seen him. Squiddy trying to build out the rest of the Uber as they're coming in on 80% compared to Nomi's 30%.
This is it, Virgil. There's a minute and 5 seconds. Whatever destructive criticism
Okay,
does with this
okay.
push, they're trying to take it to last. So
Right
I'm
on,
thinking
eh?
some big milk.
Yeah, you see Squiddy baiting deep in his choke.
That
You
is a
see a
big
lot
bait,
of
but no
damage.
one.
And
Skelly
they're all
just.
getting in
Oh
from
my god,
sewer.
this is
They
such
spent too
great
much
aggression
time.
from
Donovan's
Contra.
all the way from back, all the way back, and he's gonna get cleaned up. Let's see if it's their shot. No, Kukuchu
No,
isn't able to hit it, but
Kukuchu
Allen goes down
air
as well.
denied.
Whelp down as well, and that's 3 picks for.
But that was enough to
criticism.
delay the Uber for Cronge to get Uber, so they can actually exchange.
Yeah, they don't have
3v5
quite
with
yet.
Uber.
It's just
It's
they're
fine.
not coming out on Uber as Nomi
But
ends up
they use
popping.
first,
Squiddy's
and
gonna be
Squiddy's
able to milk,
milking.
but he's getting. Oh, he managed to save Maccabeus wreck. Dunker gets the flash. Very good. As we do see the exchange coming in, the clock is ticking. Only 30 seconds left. Maccabeus
This is a
getting bombed, but
dangerous
Monster goes
post-fight.
down.
Whoever,
We
if
see-
one team
ooh,
wipes
Donovan,
here,
what is he
it
doing?
could be the end.
Yeah, it's 20 seconds
And
left. We
it's
see a lot of
looking-
racks being
It's
exchanged.
looking
Squiddy's
bad for
so
destructive
close.
criticism. With Whelp with 1 health against the demo man, that's all it takes.
Yeah, only 10 seconds left. I don't think they're going
Oh.
to be able to finish off the round. Yeah, Allen denies the point for just a split second. 5 seconds left. No one's going to be able to go to last and
Close,
get the point.
Oof.
That was so close. I love seeing the aggression. I was so worried that destructive criticism was going to end up waiting to stalemate on their own second instead of trying to take that aggressive push into mid, but they end up doing the aggressive choice, and they do it rather well. They bait out the bomb from Skelly, and there was a big threat from 2 players wrapping them through sewer, but they respond to both of those players well as well, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, come to
it's,
think of it, Virgil. Knowing Crondrum, I think the only reason Donovan and Whelp were both in sewer was to go for a back cap. But I'm
Mhm.
sure, like, Skelly did so much damage in that choke that he was like, just get in. Like, just get in, please.
just come on. Yeah,
Just
that,
get in here.
that makes sense. Either way, I think it's about time, walrex, to turn it over to Big and Big Jemond. No, it's on.
Don't-
It's
no,
on.
no,
It's on. It's on. It's on.
Nah, Whelp. This is Whelp on the dead ringer in here, too.
I,
Never really
that's
on
the
your
second
side.
time I've mixed those players up, so got that going for me.
It's unfortunate, but I just want to say that push from Walt from mid to fucking to second, crazy. That was crazy. Ambrun, Donovan, insta die. They insta fit, but Walt, you fucking 3 kills just back to back. Oh,
Yeah, no, that was so sick. It wasn't even just Whelp 2. Monster, I think, got like 2 for the clean frags. But Bulb 2, no
But
beam,
Bulb team?
no
Yeah,
beam, no beam.
I'm just saying. That was kind of crazy. They just lost their combo classes and they still brought it back. Somehow.
That was a crazy push. Like, that should have been a wash.
What about you, Jemond? I don't think Jemond is here though.
He is deafened, so I mean, even if we asked him, unlikely that he would respond.
It's true.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, so he'll get back to us on his own time. But as stands, I mean, it's feeling like a Kronge game, but it's 2-2. So, you know, it's actually 2-2. Don't make this a golden cap. Don't do this to me.
I pray to God it's a golden cup and I'm ready to
Don't
go.
do
I'm
this to
ready to
me.
go to bed.
Don't do this to me. It's yeah, but I definitely feel like the dry pushes are leaning towards Kronge, but what were the rounds that Destructive Criticism got? They rolled a mid to last with a sloppy second defense from Kronge that ended up just being a feed, and I think that's also what Lost Thunder's second round of Destructive Criticism too, is just another kind of sloppy retake of second gone wrong.
Yeah, I remember one time what happened was the Kronge Realm combo of I don't remember if it was Monster or Bulb, but one of the scouts were with Nomi and they ended up getting stuck behind. They had to back up all the way into Destructive Criticism's choke, and they ended up taking the exchange. It was a pretty good exchange, all things considered. They took a lot of space and were able to use right around the same time that Squiddy used. And because of that, they had a good Uber. However, they had players that ended up trying to fight the Destructive Criticism players on second, and the Kronge Realm crew just ended up dying. And then when the post rolled around, Nomi didn't have the support he needed to get out, so they kind of crumpled.
Yeah, it was I mean, and just off of that, I'm feeling like the team that wins mid. I mean, this might be a bit of a cop out, but the team that wins mid is at a big advantage to win the round. Maybe more so than usual, because I feel like Kronge is being generally dominant, but when they get pushed back to last, it's kind of sketchy. Their ability to push out of it is a little, you know, like their aggression almost punishes them on last, because I feel like on other points, Destructive Criticism isn't willing to play the rotate game and threaten to go behind, but on last they have all the incentive to, and Kronge's a little shaky on it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know though. It's there's definitely been a few key factors I think in almost every single like round-winning fight. I think one of the big ones that won around for Kronge was when Squiddy was in that position near lower IT, and everything just kind of crumbled around him as he ended up having to force to the sniper sightline.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say that we've been talking about the soldiers all match on both teams. It's not really feeling like a soldier map this time. All the soldiers, they're kind of doing what they can, but it's almost just feeling. It's feeling a lot more team coordinated this game. You know, when something goes well, it's because everybody's doing their part. There's not a single space maker, not a single salvage. Yeah, it's just, you know, a good play. Everybody's taking a piece of it this time. Except for the scouts. The scouts are kind of... I will put the scouts at the top of that hierarchy. There have been some big plays. I definitely... Bulb's been turning up big time. I just remembered that on top of that big mid to second push, he also salvaged 2 mids. Killing a medic as a scout salvaging mid is like, that's not exactly the norm, so... Definitely,
yeah, especially because
it
was like right around the corner. He like flew around the corner and managed to get one shot onto Sweaty before he was taken out himself.
But yeah, so I mean, I think it's a team effort. I think both teams, it's no real standout players, but the Kronge scouts are definitely putting on a bit of a show at times. I think they have the most to show for it at this point. And I will say, you know, just to kind of bring balance to the match, Ambrun was kind of feeding forward on Gully Wash. Magbus is kind of feeding forward on Process. Magbus has gotten caught, I think, a few more times than he would like. He's getting caught a lot, and his team hasn't lost because of it, but Kronge has been capitalizing really well off it, so I think Magnus might want to slow down a bit.
A few of those times were kind of Ambrun and Maccabeus spamming each other and choke, and Ambrun just kind of got the better of him. I think in a lot of these demo v demo fights, Ambrun just when it's not really like super supported by the team, it seems that Ambrun consistently gets the better of Maccabeus.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's all of this to me is adding up to like Kronge is feeling like a safer pick. They're winning on average, but you don't need to play the game on average. You need to roll them once at mid. You need to roll them once at second. It's, it's no average. Just clean them out right from the get-go. I think that's what Destructive Criticism wants to do at this point, which might be a bit of a break from their original game plan, because before I thought they might try and ice them out, just hold and wait for them to mess up a push, but Kronge hasn't been messing up their stalemates at all. Their aggression's been going really well, and I think at this point, getting into a stalemate is kind of a negative for Destructive Criticism.
I do want to say though, Walrex, just going off of the chat and how eager Kronge is to get this started, I do think the exhaustion factor is wearing on them just a smidge more than it is Destructive Criticism.
True.
At least that's what it seems like. Yeah, Amber's saying, what's the excuse now? Just a little not too happy about why the map hasn't started yet.
Maybe they will be iced out yet. 6 AM is still possible, folks. Need a couple golden caps.
Yeah. What do you think's gonna be the final score on Warwick's?
See, it's 2-2. I'm gonna say 5-3. Kronge.
Kronge 5-3. It's not bad.
I think they're gonna roll around. I think they're gonna get rolled around, and I think they're gonna like slug one out and then roll the last round. It's my in-depth prediction.
I think that I think my guess is 4-3 Destructive Criticism.
Ooh, you really think they're gonna come out on top here?
I mean, part of it is just I kind
And
of
you
want
think
to see
they're gonna
them
go
win.
30 minutes?
I want to see Kukakachu pull this out. I'm so excited with Kukakachu. We're going into the map. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a close game so far. It was only a 2-2 first half. We did go the full 30 minutes there, so it's just really going to see how the exhaustion wears on Kronge Realm. I do think we're going to see at least one round where Kronge Realm will roll, but the way, Walrex, it's your time.
Well, Magnus is a little faster with a good trap to cut off Amberin and a good counter bomb from Alan. Kronge Realm's a little stifled this mid. Then, as we see, Masa takes the high ground, and but a synced double bomb from the red soldiers.
But Donovan
gonna
gets on,
keep the
or
combo.
sorry, Skelly gets clean on the Squiddy, and they don't manage to find Nomi and all of that chaos, so it's going to be big Uber ad for your Nomi. Really good work coming out from Skelly in order to salvage the mid by finding Squiddy. He just is completely uncontested on that, I believe that was the left side. Got a clean bomb over crates and some easy rockets. Squiddy didn't even see him coming.
That was a good salve from Skelly, but and a trap on rollout catches Mazda on his way back. That's gonna, I think, it's gonna make this push out from Kronge a little iffy. I think they are gonna actually wait it out for Mazda to spawn, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's a great double bomb from Alan and Kukakachu on that mid. Like that actually won them the mid. And I was remembering their match against here against Fruit Team, because when they started double bombing on mid in that match as well, they got results.
Yeah, we do see the blue Uber coming in through lower lobby. They aren't able to find any picks as actually Welp goes down in all of that chaos. It looks like we do see Destructive Criticism wants to refight this now. Kukakachu bombing in with Catface leading the charge as Dunker finds Skelly on the flank. He does end up going down to Monsta and lobby as we do see someone trying to salvage. This guy was Donovan trying to get on a Sweaty, but instead we do see, oh no, Kronge dropped 4.
It's
What he has
looking...
with his Uber, this is looking very dire for Kronge. Nomi's all the way in the back line, not doing anything. He's just trying to back half second as he isn't able to make it to the point.
But
and
that was a really strong post fight from Destructive Criticism. Dunker got behind and won a 1v1, and then they played off that distraction to clean up the forward plays.
Yeah, really good work from them, and I don't know, just good work on kiting the Uber initially. Not dropping anyone was what gave him a really solid advantage. As Walrex hits mid-time, take it away again.
Yeah, they're opting. Yeah, Kronge's opting to go right side this time. Once again, Destructive Criticism has a little better spam at the start. Amberin not too healthy, and they're just kind of getting tossed on the pack. With no control of high ground here, they don't get a pick. They're kind of going to get
Squiddy's deep in the corner right now.
But there it is, they get Magnus, and these counter bombs after counter bombs are finally paying off for Kronge.
Yeah, Alan trying to get on to Nomi. He only finds Amberin instead, and Amberin finishes him off with the help of Welp. Yeah, I think that Destructive Criticism
Oh my god, they both ran forward. God, they're... Anyways, All right, now Bulb's back to cap, but does he know Kukukichu's here? But oh my god, he's so good.
Skelly.
He had
What a
no idea.
beast.
I can't even blame him because like, why would you expect the roamer to come back through IT? But he trades out, so that's great. Said full ad for Krondra. Not gonna wait for Skelly. No reason to. And they get the
Yeah.
gun, clear the traps, and cap the point as they go through 4. An early use.
Yeah, we do see Amber bombing forward, not actually looking
He
at the
gets
gun at
that.
all. His monster gets dropped to the gun and the pipe. Nobody's
And
the one that
Amber
picks up the
runs.
gun, and Alan
Oh.
air shots Amber to take him down. Donovan does find Maccabeus in the meantime, but ends up going down to Catface's heavy. Maccabeus the only casualty. That's 3 down for Krondra, meaning destructive criticism should be able to push into it because Amber is down as well. No demos on the field at all. Maccabeus down for another 8
going
seconds.
down
Monster comes
behind.
up, sniper.
Yeah, they're gonna be. It's a little. I don't know. He's staying in forward spawns. He's looking for the force angle. Destructive criticism has gone through IT every single time here. This
Yeah.
time they are going choke though, so the
Looks
sniper
like they
angle
wanna
could
go-
work.
I don't know though. It looks like they're a little slow. They actually want to take this sewer. Interesting
Sewer.
pick.
That is
You
an
don't see
interesting
this every day. And there's
And there
the
goes the
sniper
scout.
pick.
Pretty good. I mean, they're happier to lose a scout than Squiddy there.
Yeah,
That's it. Monster's
but
staying in forwards.
the longer Squiddy delays here, the better it is for Monster. He's
Monster
repicking Monster. Squiddy, don't
peeks.
walk in the sideline.
But he
Kukukuchu
misses.
barely gets on this up forward. He's trying to do his best to deny Monster from getting another peek, as we do finally see the entirety of, I believe, this destructive criticism getting on the point and getting the cap time. Nomi will be coming in on those Ubers soon, and that's going to be evening out. As we should be coming into another stalemate, I expect to see a quick sack coming in from Alan, as Skelly is still dead.
Let's see how it plays out. Yeah, Krondra happy. You know, they would have loved to drop or force Squiddy there, but they're happy to just even things out.
Alan gets a
Nobody's
deep
with
on
Nomi at all.
Nomi,
But
wow.
great knee shots from to actually skybox Alan before he can clean it up. But
Yeah, that was
oh
the
man, Most. Yeah, this. I think you might have been right. The fatigue is kind of setting in here. People are losing their positions and their roles. Krondra, that was way too close. Closer than it should have been for a standard Al Qaeda bomb.
Yeah, definitely is. It doesn't seem like a counter set comes out. Alan just checking the off classes on Spy right now as he elects to come up sniper. We currently don't see a counter sniper, but we might see that happen after Alan reveals himself to be on the sharpshooter class.
And I can definitely see him picking off Ambrun early because Ambrun is being aggressive and choke, and if they don't know they have a sniper yet, that's coming off. But I think he did just see him come around the corner, getting his buff. Yeah, and he knows.
Yeah,
With
and
that, things should slow down. It looks like they're gonna opt to take the sewer sniper pressure.
yeah, this is a pretty interesting spot that Nomi's holding in. I want to say it's really good to deny the sniper aggression, and allows him to keep his heels relatively far forward, as well as take an exchange.
They're
for
just gonna
three.
commit to the. I love this play.
I love this.
I
love
hope
this.
it works.
They're getting all the way in onto Maccabeus. They try to get him off, but Squiddy ends up saving his demo just in time, getting a few flashes out. However, the Uber is going to be a bit better, I believe, for Nomi and crew. As Uber's finally in, and there's a bomb coming in from Donovan from IT. He gets Kukukuchu off the rock, but that's about it for Donovan as he escapes back through his own choke. Kukukuchu currently at 3
Gets
health. He
cleaned
does
up by
go
Bob.
down.
Great
as
pressure from Bob. Now on the sniper. He knows he doesn't need to
big
kill
bomb
him.
from Skelly Knight as he gets mulched by. Oh my gosh! Did you see those rockets coming in from Skelly Knight? Those were so clean on the Squiddy. He uses one rocket to knock him up in the air and then
so
slams him
happy.
in the head. Oh my gosh.
In this 3-hour slog of a match, some genuine originality and aggression getting rewarded in TF2. That was so good. Like, they're stacking their heal sewer. The flank's open and they commit their heals. This is what I love. I love when people commit their heals through the flank. Sometimes they'll commit a player, but to commit your heals is such a hard commit, but it's open, it's gonna work. You just need to have the courage to do it. And it paid off so well. Oh, it's so good. I love that. It's such a good play. Anyways, it's 50 ad for Kronge. I'm taking it into lobby here. Let's hope this time Ambrun finds the gun.
Squiddy's
and not
already
ahead.
at 70% though. He's done a really good job building thus far as the Uber finally comes in for Nomi and crew. They try and take space. They get all the stickies off point as the cap time begins. Alan does a great job denying it. The stickies get dead, and Maccabeus is now walking forward. Donovan gets on him to try and deny some space and gets a lot of cap time in the process, but it's only Monster and Nomi alive. Both were down pretty low and they managed to get out, leaving through IT. Squiddy sitting comfortably at 100% with no one there to force them as they take their way on to second.
Yeah, these pushes from Kronge are a little shaky. They aren't getting any picks, and their cap pressure is not that great either. They definitely tried to step it up that time, but they didn't flash the scout on point when he got bombed. And Destructive Criticism really has a good hold where they just kind of like single sack soldiers onto the point when they start capping to keep the pressure up. That said, Destructive Criticism is coming in to mid right now through IT, and it looks like it's going to be free. Skelly's trying to get a force, but without a buff, it's a hard sell. But it looks like it'll be just enough for Nomi to get Uber. And that might be really good because I think Destructive Criticism might think they have bigger ad than they actually do, and they definitely could take this. No, but
Yeah,
they got to think it's even now, right?
Yeah,
This
they
is-
have to know it. Yeah, Squiddy isn't wanting to commit. Catface is just trying to make space, I think. I wonder if they're trying to make room for someone to sack. Alan's just playing pretty passively in IT.
Yeah,
and there
here's a
goes
sack.
Cuckoo. He has a really good bomb on Nomi, misses the one
Oh,
rocket.
and
Yeah,
Catface
but
is
Catface
in.
commits as well. That's a really solid two-man. Skelly ends up going to choke and wraps them, meeting at Dunker with Sewer,
But he gets
Squiddy
the
ended up
force. He gets the
forcing.
force on them and Sewer. That was a great force from Skelly, actually, because that Uber's in no position to chase the rest of
I'm
Contra.
not too sure I understand the... Okay, well... Either way, we do see Maccabeus getting a pick on Monster and Choke. Really good work coming up from him. As
And the
it's now two
spawns are
down.
bad. The spawns are very
Yeah,
bad
these
for
are really
Contra.
rough spawn. Donovan's only now rolling out as we see Squiddy and Co beginning to make their way through Choke, getting good space as well as the soldiers as Kukukuchu jumps in. A lot of space being made by Kukukuchu and Allen in lobby. And now both soldiers on red are hurt as they try and Kukukuchu going down. Oh, Skelly
Whoa!
finding two, and then
This is
Allen
some
goes down
real
as well.
DMing coming out right now. Well, leading the fight, 1v1 in Cafes. Cafes is going to scare them away, and they're going to get out, but they can roll this into mid. That was just some raw DM to retake second there off of no position. And Magnus is so lit, so caught. Skelly goes deep, he goes for the rocket pickaxe sink. These
Squiddy
guys
did
are
hit one
feeling
really good
confident.
error on Maccabeus to save his life. Crazy mechanics coming out from Squiddy. He'll love to
This
see
is-
it. As
oof.
Ubers are evening out, Donovan is dead, but Catface wants to take the exchange. Bulb is a little overextended as he makes his way around the corner. Squiddy, oh!
He does use to that bomb, even though it got instantly denied. Now, a better Uber coming in from Kronge. They clean up Allen. This is looking good for them. They just need a lockdown good position here. A good rocket onto Dunker, but yet,
Yeah,
Destructive
good,
Criticism is ready to refight, and their
Yeah,
position is still
they
solid.
played so really. They actually did really well. They rotated towards Zero because it was a bit more of a defensible position, but they didn't commit into the corner and were able to push out. And now they have 2 picks rewarded to them for it. Allen and Kukukuchu are down, so any space they give up, it's going to be hard to retake. However, they do have scouts to deny the high ground and hopefully
All
sit
this
there
time,
and
they're
take
getting
some-
cap time. That's what they're really playing for here.
Yeah,
I
there's
know
a lot of
Kronge
damage on the
doesn't wanna give
Maccabeus
these
and
forward
Catface.
spawn.
Squiddy having to tank for Maccabeus. Ambrun is going down to low health as well. We do see Skelly jumping forward, trying to get any damage that he can, but he gets pretty hard denied. Squiddy's actually built up a
And a
pretty
great
nice
pipe
Uber
from
out in the
Magnus
meantime.
kills Ambrun, and I think with the demo pick, Kronge is going to concede the point. They also lose
Yeah,
the roamer.
ooh.
That's going to open up the flank. And Squiddy's been, having used Uber so much earlier on that mid, has actually built a very significant advantage.
Yeah, let's see if they want to take it. It looks like Nomi running the head does actually know that he hasn't been building nearly as well now, just trying to finish off his own Uber. As we do see the rest of the Destructive Criticism combo walking into lobby as it's now evening out. We see both building a gun in the meantime and should be seeing a couple sacks coming in.
Dunker
Dunker
going
trying
in
to
for
get
the
in
fort.
and into Dunker as
Allen
Allen jumps
trying to
into,
get
not
the
able
demo.
to find anything.
All right, it was close. And
Yeah.
once again, a double sack on the process does leave them room to push out. Magnus opting not to trap lower lobby at all. Interesting. And what a forehead rocket onto Cafes from Donovan. He's actually making so much space here.
Yeah, but he ends up going down and the Ubers are finally exchanged. But I think this is actually a bit better for Destructive Criticism. They do have to flash a bit, but they're entirely forcing Monster out.
gets
Monster's caught in.
stuck on
All
the
he
door,
can
but
do
he's
is
going
try
for
and find
Squiddy.
Squiddy. There's a lot of damage onto Squiddy, but he isn't able to find it. As it's 3 picks for Destructive Criticism.
Skelly went down in the flank too. That was a great juggle from Magnus to get Monster stuck on the door there.
They still
as
have to
come
spam
in.
down the gun. The gun
But
is buying them
that
so
gun
much
is going
time.
down. Both
But Wolf
soldiers
goes
are
down
on the
trying to
job.
keep it up.
That's
And that's going to be 3 picks.
This is
We
gonna
see
need-
Allen with a huge bomb onto Nomi and
that's the round.
oh my gosh. Walrex, I think the fatigue is getting to Kronge.
They were slow on the push out on the 2 picks. Mistimed it with the forward spawns, and then they're just a little sloppy. But I mean the thing is, Virgil, they've had 2 pushes into last with full ad, and they've messed both of them up. They have the chance to win this. So
They just
you guys
can't
are getting
convert,
to
and
it.
now the momentum is largely in Destructive Criticism's favor. We're gonna have to see some extreme work coming out from anyone really on the side of Kronge as we see Donovan getting aggressive early, trying to take clear control as Squiddy and
A deep
Maccabees
bomb
begin
from
to walk across
Kukukachu
point.
gets Nomi.
Really a lot of damage onto Squiddy, and he does get finished off by Skelly in the end. He's traded out for Nomi in the process, though, and Maccabeus finds the pick onto Monster. We're still seeing Skelly doing a lot of work. It's
Oh my
only
god,
done through
Maccabeus
Maccabeus.
surfed onto
What
the
the
high
heck?
ground.
But he's,
Oh my god, how did he hit that pipe? He wasn't even looking at him.
What?
I'm sorry. I thought this
I
was
don't-
Maccabeus, not Sin Karma. What was
think,
that?
Okay, I think Maccabeus was trying to spam one of the other Kronge players. I don't remember who it was, but he was trying to spam someone else, and Skelly was trying to jump onto Maccabeus to finish him off, and ended up jumping into the pipe with his pickaxe out. Because I think he used his last rocket to jump onto Maccabeus and was planning on meleeing him, but instead eats the pipe and takes him down with him.
That was absurd. And that's another mid. Well, not another mid. This is two out of 3 mids going to destructive criticism. Yeah, this is, like I said, Kronge does not want to be in this position, and just like that, Skelly's already down.
And we are probably going to see Donovan get picked off as well, because he was getting really aggressive and choke at the same time.
I think they just want to be done with it. Ambruin being down 2 soldiers is by himself and choke. Like, oh, oof. But that's what they do, even Ubers, and with the even Ubers, they can opt to play forward and exchange, even at numbers disadvantage. So they're starting to walk through Al-Qaeda, and Nomi's kind of behind the point. This is an awkward position if they do want to exchange.
Yeah, and they do actually take it, and they're not getting a lot of damage off in return. Squiddy shouldn't have to use. He does actually after a really good pipe on from Ambrid. Ambrid's super caught in as he gets melted by Catface before he can get the jump out. Donovan going down as well.
And they're rolling it to last. This Uber is not done yet, and Catface is fully buffed. But
yeah,
great DM from Moss. He's chewing through the buff, but Allen, great movement. No, but he gets caught finally. And now with
they have so
3
much
picks.
space. Oh, but a huge upward direct coming in from Skelly Knight as we do see Kukukachu getting deep in on Nomi. He finds the copper, and here comes the cap.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That gamer fatigue absolutely just chewed up Kronge in the end there, huh? And just like that, the first seed for Div 1 playoffs is out at 3rd. And Sin Karma, not even here, continues to make his way back.
Sin
From
Karma
the bottom
doesn't even have to be here to
to
continue to
grand
roll Div
finals.
1. That's insane.
Guys said, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to upgrade the algorithm and prepare for grand finals. You guys take it.
That's so crazy. This was such good work coming out from the entirety of Destructive Criticism. Walrex, Kukukachu is the best player in the game, and I
He's
stand
making
by
a
that.
statement. I have a lot of respect for Donovan's, DM mechanics and decision making, like all around great pocket player. But I'll be surprised if Kukukachu did not play him this match. He was playing pretty damn good. That he's a strong standout player. These last couple rounds, Maccabeus, I was thinking Maccabeus was a bit of a weak link in the first couple rounds, but these last 3, he was feeding them pills. He was putting it in their mouths, just closing it, giving them a little water, putting it down. Like
Maccabeus, dude, he had such a strong showing on Gully Wash, especially great opener alongside Catface. And then I agree, he was a little bit shaky in the first half of process, but man, he turned it around.
And that was just that was great. And I am a little disappointed that even though Kronge had what I thought was just like a genius, really strong like rat push that one round through IT, it didn't pan out. It was like just great overall play from Destructive Criticism, and I guess you just might say great punish gameplay. They really,
definitely,
really every inch Kronge took, they wouldn't let them take it for free. But with that, let's get some final notes from our analysts, or I guess our single one left here.
What's up?
What's up, What do you think of the map, the series?
Damn, they had it and they lost it. What can you do? It's just TF2, man.
Okay. Words of wisdom, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't win them all.
You can win them all, but you definitely lose them all.
Wait.
That's not how it works. I don't know. It's the second half. I feel like they just gave up. They lost one round, and they were like, okay, you know what? It's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. for some people. Let's just lose, man. Let's just fucking lose.
I will say I was kind of feeling that in the last round. They were definitely trying to hold second no matter what. Especially Donovan. Donovan was kind of keeping up the aggro in all situations. But, I mean, they did it. If they didn't do it for themselves, they did it for us at home. Ending this match before, is it 3 a.m.? It's 2:23. We take those. But, 2:23. Man, I'm telling you, they got to redo the poll this season. They got to say, do we want grand finals to beat best of 3 with 2 halves. I want it to be 1 half. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know though.
It works, but you have to make playoffs. You know that's the thing.
Okay, this is not
That's the
about
thing.
me.
You gotta
All
make
right,
playoffs, man.
okay,
Like,
all
I'm just
right.
saying, like, if
On
you
that
wanna
note,
whine about it, you gotta make playoffs.
on that note, do we pull up logs in this channel? I mean, people might want to see the logs. I don't know. All right, they're in chat. All right, if you guys want to check the logs, they'll be in chat. I'll pull them up. I'll take a look. Maybe we'll repost them one more time. Because who really cares about the game? We're just here for the numbers. Am I right? And just looking at the second half of process, I mean, it was a dominant 3-0, so somebody's going to stand out here, right? Magnus.
Wait, do we want to give an interview to someone?
Crying.
Not. Nah, it doesn't sound like we are going to be doing interviews.
That might be that one can be on the after hours.
Oh man,
that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I was waiting for Cadfy's interview where he just.
Man, I want the Cuckoo Kachu interview, man. That man was fucking slapping the entire match. I fucking love that guy.
Okay, all right, Virgil.
Okay.
You made your point, Virgil. He's pretty good.
Dude, he was insane. Like,
okay, he's pretty good. He might even be the best to ever touch the game. Perhaps.
Yeah. I agree.
We will have to see next week when Sin Karma. I really hope Sin Karma shows up for grand finals. What a statement it would be to come back from the lower bracket, get the grand finals, and not even show up. Say it's not worth my time. I'm better than this. Send in Magnus. I don't need to be there. I want to see Sin Karma. I want to see Rio. I want to see the grand finals. The rematch against the team that sent them into losers. Mofu March. Oh, isn't so much writing on this? And this is Magnus. All right, we do have we do have an interviewee. All right, we do got an interviewee. And he's an RGL admin, so there's gonna be.
This is
no, don't mention that. The entire chat's gonna hate me if you just mention that. Like, please don't.
All right, so as I said, RGL admin Maccabees.
Fuck yeah, Cuckoo Kachu's here. Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
And,
shit.
All right,
Shit, they moved me in here.
We got some winner POV here. All right, well I guess we'll just run out the interview here. How does it feel? How does it feel?
Feels kind of great. It feels really good to see how well we adapted on process, and all our players just popped off.
I have gotten my mentees to win main, and now they're guaranteed a top 2 finish in the div above.
Do you
I'm
take
fucking
credit for
happy.
that? Yeah, Magnus, you say, you're responsible for all this. And at the end of the day, they aren't winning. You're winning. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
no.
we wanted to push so much